The thing that zombie movies don't also talk about is technically wouldn't there be a zombie infrastructure then? Wouldn't zombies start to have like an economy?
What kind of
like, hey, we got a ice cold body here. Get your body here. $12. Get your body. You know what I mean? And then there's like a zombie walking by. He's like, buy, sell, buy, sell. You know what I mean? Like he's possessed, but he's on Wall Street. He's got to make money. He's got to feed his zombie kids. You know what I mean?
How do you get rid of hiccups? Because I have.
Hold your breath,
Scare
pussy.
yourself.
And then don't breathe ever again.
Scoop of peanut butter.
You're dead. Never had to hiccup again.
Don't breathe ever again.
How are you gonna get hiccups right before we start?
There's a girl we went to school with, and I remember in school one time she told this kid, "Don't breathe," and she got yelled at by the teacher because it's just true. Don't breathe.
But is it like
take your hiccups to the grave, bitch?
Yeah, okay, so it's like you have
He's
to
about
die
to explode over there.
You can breathe, like don't live.
I wouldn't.
You can live.
I wouldn't.
We will not go to Vegas. If
No,
you're
a
not
scoop
alive.
of peanut butter.
For real? Like seriously? You're
I don't know.
joking?
I just kind of like
I
eating
feel like
peanut butter.
Peanut butter
But I
gives me the hiccups
No.
Peanut butter gives you the hiccups. What do you mean?
with no drink. You know what I mean? Then you're like,
Oh yeah. You're like fuck.
Yeah.
This is dry.
yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
But
Yeah.
Mars, dude, like people have even said like a nuclear bomb would somehow create an atmosphere with the dust and the situation somehow, and it would somehow then create like a particles of some sort.
Right.
But it would have to be released in the atmosphere and enough energy to actually like. I have no idea.
Wouldn't dust like block out more sunlight? But isn't that how you warm it up? I don't know.
I'm talking on my ass, dude. I have
Me
no
too.
fucking clue.
I have no. You know a lot more than I do.
I have no clue. The thing is though about the whole Mars trips is they're thinking like it's gonna be every 2 years because that's
Yeah.
You got to think
Right.
Earth's
It
fucking
really- I was
hurtling
gonna
around the
say,
sun.
yeah.
Mars is hurtling around the sun, so every
Right.
2 years they're close, and then after that they just get further and further away. And
Yeah.
then bam,
No
they're
shit,
close
yeah.
again.
So that's the thing. It's like it's not gonna be like, hey, let's book a fucking Mars trip to next week.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be planned out.
Yeah.
I spit. I'm sorry.
That looked like it went in your drink.
I think it did.
Lucky it's yours, not mine.
I think it did.
Cody was definitely spitting my drink earlier. I could feel it.
Dude, I don't know why. Like I
Cody
had
was a bartender. He'd be like, "Hey, what can I get you? Whiskey and spit."
Cody's got the
Yep,
hiccups. He's spitting
I got the
people's
hiccups, dude.
drink.
Everybody's
I was just
drinking.
gonna
Whiskey spit
say.
on the rocks. Got it. Gotcha. That'd be $4.50.
You want top shelf spit or little shop? Bottom shelf.
Dude,
Fresh
hold on. I'm telling you though, like when I got my wisdom teeth out, I had a lisp. and for some reason, I think it stuck. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, yikes. No, I'm sorry about that.
It's
It
good knowing you guys.
Yeah, you know,
Nice knowing you. I'm done.
And-
My lip. I can't feel my lips,
I'm
so I'm
fucking
dead.
Done, dude.
fucking gone, dude. It's fucking gone.
You can't feel your lip, Cody?
Can't
Huh?
feel
Who?
Isn't it crazy just to be even in that mind state to where you're like, I don't remember any of that.
I didn't remember that.
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
Like me watching those videos was a live reaction of what happened. Like it was just it
Yeah.
made no sense.
Yeah.
That's a good feeling.
I don't like Brock said, dude. Like he's like, after watching those videos, like I don't want to get high on that
I
stuff.
like being on that one time.
Like, dude,
You wouldn't though?
I would.
I mean, just like
For sure.
I wonder what I
paranoid.
truly wonder what they fucking
do you-
gave you / like what makes you be in that
Mhm.
mind space, and why is it not readily available to everybody?
Should be. Man.
Well,
It
dude,
should
you could be like that dude hitting whippets at a gas station.
Oh yeah.
Dude, the whipped cream canisters.
The whipped cream.
Dude,
What do you mean?
dude.
What is that? What's that?
So I worked at Dairy
Come
Queen, and I
on.
never did it because it would have been readily available. There's these CO2
Getting high at work.
Exactly. There's these CO2 canisters they screw in,
Yeah.
and they're replaceable, and it's
Okay.
to aerate the cream that's
Yes,
in it to make whipped
yeah.
cream. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like a metal container and a metal like little knob on it this tall. That's where you put the CO2 in, and you go, and it's like sour
Okay,
cream.
yeah.
But if there's no cream in it, you can just fucking hit the CO2 like the
Yeah,
fucking whippets.
dude.
And that is how, dude. I've seen scoundrels on the street with one of those. Fucking,
What the?
fucking rad, bro.
Dude, it sounds
Swear
great.
to God.
It's like hitting duster.
Yeah.
Like a yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like
Like huffing paint almost.
Yeah.
much,
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
similar. It's different chemical. Different
Sounds-
chemical though.
it's just like,
But in a yeah, it's probably safer.
Yeah.
fucked up, bro.
I don't know,
Pretty
that
much.
sounds. Dude, I don't know. I could take.
What was the
I
what
kinda
was
want
the
to.
craze
You could do
with paint chips?
I don't know.
One, can
Like
you get
eating
high
paint
off,
chips?
Yeah, can you get high off paint
Yeah,
chips?
I don't
Probably if you're taking
I think
like
the joke
chemicals
was
in.
with old people that they ate paint chips because there was lead in paint and they're fucking stupid.
Yeah,
I think that's the joke.
that's probably the joke.
Yeah.
I
Kill them
gotcha.
off. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
No, that's not what we're gonna do. No, I'm just kidding.
Just think, dude. Like, even as little as like 40 years ago, they're like, "You want an asbestos and lead house?
Sure, we'll give it to you.
Let's do it.
Here it is."
Yep.
And then you just live in it for.
We'll
50
do it for
years.
cheap.
You guys want to hear something crazy though?
I would love.
I just learned about this. So you know the testing site they have in Nevada for like all the nuclear weapons we've ever used? Apparently like almost all the mushroom clouds and shit that you've ever seen come from that exact spot. Like right outside Nevada. It's like west of Las Vegas and shit. Long story short, they conducted like thousands of tests.
West.
West.
I figured it'd be east.
It's like northwest. It's like
north.
from what I looked at, it's like in between like Vegas and Reno. You know what I mean? It's kind of just in the middle. It's kind of like central west, I guess.
Because Vegas is pretty
South.
southwest.
It's like south corner. And so it's definitely like west of that. But people are saying like in the 50s, there was like insane increases in cancer in Utah because the wind was taking the radiation over to like St. George, Utah and shit.
That ain't good
So these
at
people
all.
are getting whacked by fucking radiation, dude. And apparently like the government, listen to this, the government was settling with people.
Yeah.
50 grand.
That's it.
50 grand,
Hey,
dude.
we'll give you 50 grand.
But for everybody,
A person.
yeah.
50 grand for your cancer and your baby having 4 eyes.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I was gonna say. Like, who's suing? Like, there's lawsuits.
It's people who have
coming.
gotten cancer and they've somehow linked it back to that
it
area,
has to be,
or there's
yeah.
like an increase in cancer.
But I feel like it should be more.
Agreed.
100%.
But apparently, like they've paid out like it's only like $1 billion payout or something to this point. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, that's some major shit that you guys
Fuck
did.
yeah.
That's like a life. That's you're fucking your whole life up.
Yeah.
For some tests.
Yeah, but apparently they're just like, it'll go over there. It'll blow over into Utah.
yeah,
Who
we don't
cares?
fucking care.
But yeah,
Isn't
like,
that fucked up that like
dude, you want?
somehow it didn't rise, but it just stayed.
Yeah. You want to hear the
Low
more fucked
enough?
up thing? Is like apparently above ground nukes testing has been illegal since like the 60s. So they did it underground.
What do you mean? How does that happen?
They were creating a shaft down into the earth, like a fucking pipeline of sorts, dropping a fucking A-bomb in there and just saying, let's see what happens. Literally
What
doing
if it
that.
pipes
But how
shit?
does that?
What if it just?
There's radiation in the ground, bud.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying.
So
It's just like, it's literally like, it's just not thinking of the consequences of your actions
Yeah.
at the time and just saying, hey, we'll
But
see.
this is the 60s
But
and the 50s.
but
yeah,
obviously
50s,
that's-
60s.
that's safer than doing it in the actual
Sure,
atmosphere.
but if it's
air.
underneath the groundwater table, let's say it hits the water
Oh,
table, you have
right.
radiation in the water
Shit,
table.
That's fucked.
Apparently, the radiation in the water there, like this is definitely made up number for me, but like let's say like average was like it was like 50 particles per million or 30 particles per million for this like radiation is average, and apparently there it's 200 like plus. So it's like seven times the normal radiation for
lot
people
more.
in this area.
100%.
And it's like obviously it's in the middle of the desert, like there's not a whole lot of people living there, but like
Right.
regardless, like it's going
there's
somewhere.
still people living.
Right,
it's
there.
not gonna
water
leave.
That water source is gonna hit somewhere.
It's
Yeah.
fucked.
But it's like, what's the half life of that nuclear fucking atom? You know what I
It's
mean?
true.
12
Is it
years.
I was gonna say 20
you know
years.
what I'm saying? So like 80 years from now, you've barely gotten rid of shit.
But they're
Still got 40% of your shit.
are they still testing like nuclear bombs and shit?
I don't
Under
know.
there?
Nah,
I think it's pretty much done. I think the capability of that, they've kind of like,
they figured it out.
I think they figured it out.
You
That's
know
like
what
the
I mean?
biggest one is like nuclears is the
Yeah, and hydrogen bombs. They were doing hydrogen bombs
Right,
and shit
yeah
too.
yeah.
But they figured that shit out, dude. Like,
So it's yeah.
I figure,
Oh,
like, I
man.
think there's definitely like advancements like planes and shit, but I feel like now it's, 20 years, like it's in decades rather
They
than
figured out
years
the
now.
biggest bomb that they can possibly make.
Yeah.
And it's
That's the thing. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna make it bigger? That's exactly what
How
you're
can
gonna
you?
do, right? I don't know.
Strap
You
more
can,
dynamite to it.
Let's get him busted.
Yeah.
right.
But what's crazy is like that's what they measure these explosions in is like tons of dynamite, and they're like, this one was equivalent to 1,000 tons of dynamite. And it's like, dude,
1,000 tons.
dude, I'm not even
Yes.
kidding. Like 200,000 tons, like
Dude,
crazy
yes.
shit. I'm not even kidding you.
That's fucking insane.
It's enough to blow your asshole off from halfway across the
Yeah.
fucking country.
I don't want that.
No,
But then it's
Nobody
also like,
does.
but like it's the aftermath that
Yeah.
fucks you.
for sure.
That really fucks your asshole.
Well, dude, yeah. But that's why, like, nowadays, like a nuclear war would, it's fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, like everybody has that
But
shit.
then again, you
Russia
think
would
like,
send
hey,
one,
Russia's
China would
coming,
send
China.
one, we
What-
would send one. Like,
what's
it's
the
just like,
saying?
North Korea.
Like innovation is like the daughter of necessity or whatever they say.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like, just
Some
think
bullshit.
if you go into nuclear fucking meltdown and shit happens, I think we're cool.
Yeah.
What? You think Indiana
Well, what-
itself is cool?
No, I'm not saying like I think people are cool. Like I'd say people are gonna find a way regardless.
Oh, okay.
They're not gonna be doing great.
But
no,
don't they
but
say,
the
like-
people aren't gonna fucking get killed off by some
Yeah,
radiation.
probably not.
Isn't
You think we're fucked though because they're gonna probably send one to Chicago, right?
Well, I heard isn't Fort Wayne one of the top list because there's something going on in Fort Wayne.
Well, there's there's a base in like Kokomo, and apparently there's like now
they're-
there's Raytheon. I mean, there's probably shit.
There's another one.
You gotta think. Hey, you gotta think though. GM. What do you
Yeah,
think's happening in
yeah.
wartime with GM? They're helping with military production and
fuck
shit like
yeah.
But
that.
that's what I
dude.
thought. I thought they were making something like war machines.
I think
or
that's what they
something
said, but I
in
also
Fort
think
Wayne.
it's just whiteys from Northeast Indiana being like, Bin
More
Laden
important-
wanted a piece of
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
Get it.
Fort Wayne strong.
Fort Wayne. I just feel like it's a little bit of that too.
Bin
Like,
Laden,
you know what I
run
mean?
it.
No, you know what I mean? Like, there was always that saying, like, people were like, Fort Wayne
Yeah.
was 83rd on the
Yeah.
bomb list. It's like,
Right.
what are you talking about,
83rd.
dude?
That's tough.
Yeah, did
83rd.
Did you get the documents?
If we only have 4 bombs, we're
Yeah.
in good shape.
Yeah.
Very good shit.
Yeah,
Hey,
they
we'll
only
be
have
fine.
those chances.
Yeah.
Fine.
What do you? Yeah.
But what scares me is the weird companies that work for the government
Mhm.
that are in Fort Wayne. For instance,
They're everywhere, though.
dude,
The Hey, the Pentagon.
realize.
This is not a fake number. $260 million a day they're spending to keep budget.
Can't even
Whether
think
or
of
not
that,
it's to
bro.
fuel the helicopters, whether it's not it's to fucking fund this defense contractor,
that a real
it's
number?
$260 million a day.
Can't even
Real
think of
number.
that. Can't even think that.
Real number.
Imagine 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm getting a $1,400 stimulus.
Dude. Where's
Right,
my money?
dude.
Yeah.
Right?
dude.
Where's
Yeah.
my
What,
$260
though?
million?
Yeah, I would like
Fuck.
that.
Yeah.
Like that a
People are
lot.
like 1.9 trillion stimulus. It's like, oh yeah, that the Pentagon went through it last
Yeah.
week.
Well, that's yeah.
They literally did.
The fucking
Literally
defense
did,
budget
though.
is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Like it's insane.
But that's fucked, dude. But
This is
what
going
I'm
back to-
saying
sorry, go
is-
ahead.
No. In Fort Wayne, I don't know what it's called, but like the Parkview Educational Center,
Mhm.
PEC or whatever bullshit they call it, they share a campus with some governmental program. I don't even know what it's called. I forget what it's called, honestly. But they share it. They share the campus with this some government bullshit. And dude, it is so high. Like, I can't even describe to you how high security it is.
Yeah.
Like, you can walk in like being nobody, but you have to take an immediate right to get to the Parkview. There's like a Fort Wayne Community Schools bullshit, this and that and the other. But if you go straight at all, there's this fucking like weird. It's almost like a airport security type of deal, but it's like
can you
these.
talk about this?
Yeah, I can talk about it. It's
He's not in it.
Okay.
It's not like
I'm
he
not
got
in
it.
it.
Curious.
He didn't get
Yeah.
security clearance.
No,
he
I
can talk
didn't-
about
I
it.
didn't
I'm
get
just
security
curious.
clearance, but it's like this weird like bar thing. You have to scan something, and you have to talk to this security person. There's a secretary, and then you have to go through it, and it like opens up to like you, but like it has like 7 or 8 bars of fucking hardcore steel. Like you have to scan your badge, you have to do this and that and the other, and it opens you up to you, and it closes right up, and that's like the sector of it. You know what I mean? And there's actually, if you go to the Parkview like little area, there's like a little basement area that you go down to, and then there's like an extra basement area that goes down to it, and that's like
The Holy of Holies.
I don't know if it's the Holy
Into
of
the Holy
Holies,
of Holies.
but it's like a part of the whatever company is a part of that.
Yeah.
And
Raytheon or no?
it's not Raytheon.
No. It's just, dude, you'd be surprised how many people have defense contracts with people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
It's
especially
just-
the government, whether or not it's like, I'm supplying thermometers or I'm
Right.
fucking supplying fuel for the
dumb
jets.
shit
Like,
you never think of.
you got to think, like,
Exactly.
dude,
You don't know what it is.
It's the economy of the military. It's like,
Yeah.
dude,
Right.
there's so much shit that goes
but
into
you hear
it.
about
He's
Raytheon,
100%
all the
right.
like that's a big one. And it's in
What's
Fort
crazy is like,
Wayne,
dude,
which
some
is
people
crazy.
with construction jobs have to go into Raytheon and get security clearance.
Yeah, dude.
Just for what, like where
Yeah.
they're working, not the fact that they're even like
Exactly.
on
But
top
they-
secret
yeah.
shit. They're just have to be security
or around
clearance.
the shit that they
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah, whether or
that's
not it's like
crazy.
the outline of the building or the blueprints or whatever, like some of them have security clearance. Some of them have to get it. I knew a guy I never worked with him. He left like right before I started working there. Long story short, he went to the military, like in the Navy or something. Came back and he was like, "Hey, how you doing? Whatever." And he's like, "Hey, I was wondering if you could do an interview with this guy. Like, I'm trying to get security clearance." They went to almost like every person in his former circle, like old bosses, old teachers, parents, cousins, like this, just to give him security clearance. Because like if you're trying to get like, you know what I mean, like high level fucking security clearance, like
right.
they really got to fucking dive deep. Because that's why like conspiracies are fun, but why don't you think shit gets out? The government is fucking scary, dude.
Yeah.
For instance,
How much do you have to go through?
Yeah.
I looked up the Parkview Educational Center. This is the sector of where it's at. It says, "Sorry, we have no imagery here."
That's fucked.
Yeah.
That's
Swear to
fucked. That's why I
God.
don't trust
I
nothing.
swear to God.
That's why I believe in conspiracy
Right
theories.
there,
That's
dude.
fucked, man.
It says right there, "Sorry, we have no imagery here."
There's no
That's
transparency
that
there.
whole sector.
That's what I'm
That whole
saying. Come
sector
on.
from, I promise you, that's literally where I walked in. Then I walked in past a Tim Hortons back to the Parkview Educational Center.
Is that the
But-
ITT
but-
Tech?
But this is the area.
Or the-
No, but
Oh,
this
okay,
is the
not a
area
different building.
in which they went into the government sector, and it literally says, "Sorry, we have no imagery here." I swear to God, dude, that's
Tell
what
me
it
that's not
says.
fucking
Will you
weird.
send
Tell me
that
that's
to
not
me?
fucking
The
scary.
screenshot, yeah,
It
I will.
happens, dude.
There's no come on. That's crazy to me.
Yeah,
That's
I
why I
think-
believe in
wild.
shit
I
like
think
that.
technically it's called the Harris Corp. Is
I
what
had the
like
same-
is what like the specific
I had a
company
class
is
in there
called,
too. Yeah, yeah.
but
know exactly what you're talking about.
still though, like
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
it's
Yeah.
it's crazy, dude. Like it truly is.
I don't know if
scary
I've
to
talked
me.
about it on this podcast, but like I read this story. Americans were trying to implant listening devices into cats' heads in Russia.
What the fuck?
It was in like the 60s, 70s.
That
It was
makes
part of the Cold War.
There was a
They
lot
were
of shit
trying
going
to
on in the
use
Cold War.
bypasser cats to gain intelligence information. And literally the biggest drawback of this, the cats became erratically hungry and would wander off.
I knew it.
They spent millions of dollars on cats.
They would have a cat. There's a cat who's in a fucking house listening to some couple have sex, and they're like, "We're trying to get some stuff."
Yeah, yeah. He's like, we're in deep on this. Hey, boss, I need about another week. I think I got a breakthrough. I got a breakthrough here. Literally,
Then all you hear is
dude. And apparently, like, there's like an urban legend. Like, it's disputed. Apparently, there's an urban like they were spending millions on these cats. There's an urban legend that one of them just wandered into traffic and got mashed. I'm not even kidding.
There goes $1 million.
Yeah, that's about a quarter, 50 million. You know what I mean? Like, that's about 300 bars.
That's insane.
and the boss
bro.
is like, "Shit."
Yeah.
Well,
That's the shit that was going on in the Cold
But
War.
it,
Everyone's
it got
fucking
declassified
crazy.
in like 80s, 90s, and people were like, what?
Dude.
Cats listening to you? This isn't a Disney movie, bitch. You know what I mean? That is fucking insane.
This is real life.
This is real life.
Like, this is shit.
Yeah.
and then they get mashed, and it's like, "Well,
Fucking, there goes our
shit."
chip.
There goes Fido, or no,
That's
not
insane.
Fido.
What
fucking,
they have? What they were put? They were planting shit in their in their bodies.
Yeah,
like,
I think it was like a
Stem,
what do they
brain
call
stem.
it? Cody? What do you the implant? It was
Sir-
like a cochlear implant, I think,
yeah.
for cats, but like reversed to where they're like it's coming
could
in
hear
and
it
they're
instead,
listening.
like, okay.
Where it's a listening device rather than
Right.
like obviously the
Yeah.
cat's able to hear it. I think they're
100%.
they're transmitting it to another person. And this is insane technology, even for like the 70s.
Right.
Fucking
Yeah.
It's a reverse hearing aid.
yeah, implanting a cat,
Actually,
dude.
yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, once you read about that shit and you're like, oh, $10 million? Like, that's pretty
per
fucking-
kitty.
And that's the 70s, you know what I mean?
per kitty.
What kind
That's
of
insane, bro.
what
What kind of shit don't we know about?
What kind? No, what kind of clearance does that cat have to go through?
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that cat have to pass like
His
certain-
parents have to be loyal.
Yeah,
to the
dude, certain
US.
tests
Yeah.
and shit like that.
that cat,
like
that cat, I've
fucking
never seen a cat lick its leg like that.
Yeah,
that cat
he's
is,
in.
That's
yeah,
a
he's
loyal
in.
cat.
That's a loyal cat.
He's a
He's
USA
in.
cat.
Yeah.
He's sitting down with the cat's friends and shit, and the guy's sitting there and he's like, "My job is fucking stupid. What the fuck am I doing?"
Could you imagine the guy in
fucking
charge of the
hate Russia.
operation, though, just like sitting in front of 6 cats and being like, hey, boys, we got an operation today. Got a couple mice to kill. We got a couple people to listen to. And then the cats just wander off because they're hungry. Literally, that is so fucking insane.
He's like, boss,
yeah.
Ricky got hit by a car today.
But dude, it's like the same shit where it's like that's even more preposterous than like we tried to give Castro exploding cigars. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that's
true.
even crazier.
True, though.
Well, it's like, yeah, Operation Northwoods, dude. They killing our own people just to go into Cuba.
What's
don't make
Operation
no sense.
Northwoods?
Yeah.
You don't want to.
Blake
don't
will-
wanna even
Blake-
get
Blake
into
will
it.
I'm out of
explain
that
it.
one, dude.
Yeah, me too.
But dude, there's just so much shit. Like it's wild how they declassify it after people are dead and not angry, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." Like the JFK shit that they declassified, but they didn't declassify because
what
they
was he meant-
declassified like
yeah, duh.
nothing, practically
what I'm
nothing.
saying.
They
Yeah.
declassified like 10,000 things. They're like, "These other 2,000, by the way, can't release," and they just stopped talking about it.
But it's
Yeah.
probably the real shit, right?
But exactly,
Yeah, that's for sure.
there are 10,000 shits. People to keep them busy. You know what I mean? Keep them busy. Hey,
sure, for
baby,
sure.
You know,
Do you-
they're gonna look at these
Yeah.
10,000 documents, and they're gonna
Sure.
forget
It's the
about
idea of
fact
Bob
that they
Lazar,
actually-
though, that makes the government so smart. You're not giving one guy information. You're giving 3 people a little bit of information.
Right.
And they're never going to talk to each other. So they're never going to get the full story. So that's it's smart on the government's part, but it's so like 1984 like and fucking like
Right.
shady that it's like,
Orwell
what the
Orwellian
fuck,
shit,
man?
yeah.
It's truly shady, dude. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
I don't know. You think JFK was actually with Marilyn Monroe?
I
Or
mean,
is that-
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
bad
His wife's pretty bad.
Jackie was hot.
Yeah.
Jackie was so hot.
Yeah, dude, but,
Jackie was hot, bro. She was hot.
yeah, but
Marilyn was hot.
nothing
Yeah,
touching Marilyn
for sure.
Monroe, dude. Jesus Christ.
What's crazy is like I never really got like the mob connection to like JFK, but then I recently just read that like Chicago, like some guy in the outfit, I can't remember his name. He's like one of the fucking biggest bosses. Like he's like the boss of bosses in Chicago in like the 60s, and he gave the biggest donation to JFK's campaign in like 60,
Yeah.
the biggest one, and then he pardoned him.
Shit.
He
He
pardoned
pardoned
him. Pardoned him.
Of course he did.
But isn't that like the mafia or whatever gave like the biggest donations to Kennedy, but then he hired his brother to go after the mafia, and that's what they think who killed him?
That it makes sense. Like when you think about it in
yeah.
that realm, it makes sense. But it's like there's still a couple missing links because like he did go after organized crime, but like so did Giuliani, and he didn't end up dead.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't
but
really know.
Yeah,
he
but-
did end up pretty fucking psycho.
Yeah,
Julian,
but you know what I
ended
mean?
up
Like
fucking
it wasn't.
senile
It's not
as
the
fuck.
same
alive.
situation. Like I don't know what was up with the 60s and all these weird. I
a
don't want to
weird
say they're
time,
lone wolves because like it seems too convenient that all of these guys who
Right.
killed a
Couldn't
guy
have been, couldn't
were
have been.
like MLK, JFK, all these guys who ended up getting shot. Even like the guy who shot George Wallace, the racist ass George Wallace, just went up and shot him. Like
Yeah.
for all these guys to be lone wolves, like it's possible. I don't know how.
Not all of
I don't know
them.
how
Not all
likely
of
it
them,
is.
right?
And John Lennon even.
Yeah.
I mean that.
For Lee Harvey
was
Oswald
just-
to shoot a guy and then a guy to shoot him about 6 hours later,
dude.
When they
is
had him
insane.
surrounded,
Right,
like, he was
dude.
ready to get
Yeah.
caught.
Come
Yeah,
on.
It's bizarre.
Yeah, it seems like a a guy they sent in to do it, right? Like if we're gonna send in some idiot, it's
Oh,
gonna be this
yeah.
guy.
Yeah. And I'm very gullible, so I believe all that shit. But yeah,
Yeah, it is crazy though.
it is.
Dude, any Netflix documentary has me believing.
Did you guys watch the Night
100%.
Stalker?
Night
I haven't,
Stalker.
but I'm definitely gonna watch it
Oh
soon.
my
Is that
god,
the
dude.
Ramirez guy?
Good.
The
He is
Ramirez
such
guy?
Richard Ramirez, dude.
Honestly,
Ramirez.
he is
Come on,
so fucking crazy, dude. Like
He was
he's-
like
he's-
weird.
He
bro.
might be
Like, he
the
was-
most deprived serial killer that I've even listened
Dude,
about.
like
It's
his
so
like
good.
deprived childhood, or is what you're saying?
just
Or, like,
everything,
he's
dude.
just
Like
so
just everything.
fucked.
Like the guy didn't shower.
No,
He
he
just,
breath
like-
was so bad.
He-
Was he
There's a-
good looking?
the-
Like he was a good looking guy, right?
Masamenos.
Yes.
Masamenos.
Masamenos.
Yeah.
No, there's literally a video of Richard Ramirez in court. Richard Ramirez leans over to his attorney and says something. His attorney goes,
Yeah.
Just didn't
like
wanna
his
brush his
breath
teeth or
was
what?
so bad, and
That's
it
weird,
was just
bro.
so. It wasn't that he was hideous. His teeth was kind of fucked
It's
up.
fucked.
His breath was fucked up, dude. Like he was just gross.
Good facial structure on
dude.
him though.
Like he was.
That's what I'm saying. Like just
facial
looking
structure,
at him, I was
dude.
like, I bet females probably think he's pretty.
But the
attractive.
thing, that's what he didn't really necessarily go after that though. Like he just killed who he could kill.
Was it just females?
No,
I don't know
That's
anything
that's
about
what
it.
that's
I
what's
don't know
so
anything
crazy
about
is
it.
like
it was
it,
not
it
just
was,
females.
He definitely it was an MO of sorts how they found him.
Come on, is that
That's
guy
late.
That
That's
attractive?
way late though.
That
That's
is
true.
that's
That's
not the
2007.
guy.
Seven,
That's not the guy,
yes.
no.
See,
He
like
was caught in the 80s, 90s,
Yeah, something like that.
90s, early 90s, maybe late 80s.
But what was he was like a. It's one of the most crazy ones, right? He was like very sadistic and like
was
he
just-
enjoyed it.
He
Like
was
he
just-
loved
oh.
it.
He was devil worshiper. That's all it was.
Yeah. He had a
Literally
pentagram on his
when-
hand. and
I
shit.
guess, yeah. Más o menos is actually
Was
perfect.
was it when?
That's perfect.
I don't know necessarily when it happened, but when I think when he got
That's
booked.
when he got caught right there. That one with the go up, Chris.
Up, 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 up.
I don't know when.
That's bad teeth.
I don't know when that one
He had
is, but
bad
go up.
teeth, bro.
Will you go up? That one, go up one more. That one with his four,
right
up
above,
one more,
right above.
right there. That one's when he got caught.
Yes.
This one?
Yeah,
Yes,
and like he's
yes.
definitely not a bad looking guy.
Right.
But that's what was so crazy is like he had a type of way to kill.
Yeah.
But like that's what's crazy is about like he didn't have
didn't
a
have
victim
preference?
preference. Not really,
No,
because
he
like
just wanted to
dude,
kill.
There was
Yes.
kids that got molested. There was kids
100%.
that got abducted. There was women that got abducted. You know, he killed a couple men that were like with their wives in their
Elderly.
houses and
He
shit.
killed a lot of old people.
Yeah.
And he just killed he killed a couple,
Yeah.
dude. Like,
and what was
it
so
just-
crazy is like
just-
the documentary does a really good like portrait of where his crimes were, like when they keep shifting the
Yeah.
part of the city, because like it legitimately like he was going out
He went to San
suburbs,
Fran.
like he's going out way in the like in Whittier and shit, like way out of LA, killing people,
Yeah,
coming
just
back into
like,
town,
just
just taking a bus,
crazy.
just taking a bus or stealing a car and fucking riding out there.
But what,
dude,
what
he's fucked. It was
fucked up.
fucked,
But what
bro.
fucks with me, like I know, like a lot of podcasts probably talked about this, but the females that were fucking with him, like
Yeah,
fucking loved him.
yeah.
How weird is that?
I don't know,
But that's so fucking weird, though, isn't it? Like
I don't know.
They're
But
sending
the-
nude
but the
pics,
thing
like
is,
they love him,
they-
like they
they
think he's
do
so
that.
hot.
well, the detective said after they arrested, because like long story short, spoiler alert, he's riding a bus back to East LA.
Mhm.
They know,
Does this spoil the whole documentary?
not really.
Okay.
You obviously
'Cause I
know.
haven't watched it. I wanna watch it.
Obviously,
caught.
obviously know he's caught.
He's caught.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm just saying this
That's all
is.
it is.
He was riding a bus back in. People started to spot him. People started to notice him. They're like, "That's the fucking
That's
guy."
the boy.
And
That's
the thing is, he's in East LA. He's a Mexican man.
If you scroll down,
It's not
they
very
have-
common?
They have
No,
the,
he's a Mexican living in. If there was a white guy that was a serial killer
Yeah.
and was in Albion, you'd be like, you'd
It's-
probably recognize him.
Yes.
Right.
Honestly, if you
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
his
yeah.
picture, you'd recognize him.
Because-
if you're a
yeah.
Mexican in East LA,
You're
people are going to recognize you. If you're a Latino, you're gonna know that's the guy. So long story short, they end up finding him. They end up beating the shit out of him. They hit him in the head with a
Yes.
pipe. They subdue him.
A whole crowd.
Oh,
Yeah.
like this is civilians?
Yes.
civilians.
Yes.
Beat the
like
shit
they
out of
pick
him.
him out and they're like,
And they
that's
say,
the guy.
"Hey, bro, 911,
Yeah.
let's go get
and
your boy."
And he
type
starts
of deal.
running, dude. And people like there's a
Yes.
mob chasing
A
him.
mob.
Yeah. So long story
Bro,
short,
because he's killed
Hell
like
yeah.
he's
No,
killed
yeah,
like
no, I
15
get it. Like,
people.
that's fucking awesome.
and he's
like, good
that-
for
like
the
that's
public.
the area that he's been terrorizing. You know,
Yeah,
all
good
the
for
way
the
from
public.
here to
Yeah,
there.
that's awesome.
And so they beat the shit out of him. He ends up getting caught. And they said after he comes out of the jail, or they take him to wherever, they take him to his court date or whatever, like when they're driving him there. And the detective literally said like there was women just flashing their boobs.
That's
Like it didn't make. He's like that's not for me. Like the detective makes a joke about it. He's like, I knew that wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Like he makes a joke about
It's
it.
crazy. It's crazy shit.
So why did
Still
they love
looking,
him?
though.
So why did they love him so much?
I don't know. I think it's a
But
sense
they
of
love Ted
danger.
Bundy, too.
It's
Like,
danger,
they
right?
love Ted
Popular
Bundy.
thing. It's a hey. Look how popular he is.
Mhm.
I would love to be a part
Well, if you get
of
attention
that.
Well, it's
from
like-
Ted Bundy, that'd be pretty wild.
Ted
Ted
Bundy too,
Bundy.
but they said
Good-looking dude.
Whitney Cummings
See, like that,
said
right
like
there.
it was
That's
like
the,
back in the day like cave woman
sketch
thing
of
where
it.
they love to be around
See it on the far left?
killers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it was a Joe Rogan thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm stealing all this from Joe. What I've heard.
Yeah.
But like he said, that women wanted to be close to killers because it's so hard to do, and it's like in their DNA to be close to killers. If you're close to a killer, like you're safe. I don't know if that makes any sense.
I mean, I get it. But
Like he's not gonna kill me.
yeah, if I'm
Right? If
close
like
to
he
him,
won't kill me, but he'll
yeah.
kill everyone else. But around me, I'm safe.
Right,
Dude, but the
right.
one crazy story in the documentary, like not his first crime, but one of his first crimes. Long story short, he is like killing this lady, doing whatever. Roommate hears commotion. Roommate comes in. He shoots her.
Yeah.
I don't know if she goes down or whatever. Long story short, like she's outside of the house and he is walking out of the door and he sees her again, and she's just like. And then apparently she literally says, "You already shot me. What are you gonna do?" And he just walks away.
Yeah.
He didn't even
He
run
doesn't do
away.
anything. He doesn't do
He
anything.
literally didn't even run away.
just like,
he
yeah.
walked away.
Yeah,
But
dude,
that's
just
like
chill.
yeah,
They said he just just walked away. He's just like, "Yeah, see you."
that's the different. Like he got his fix for the night, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Okay, I'm done."
Yeah.
But it wasn't
so
even
fucking
that, dude.
weird,
Like,
man.
dude,
Was he raping these people that he was killing?
some,
probably.
some.
Yeah, from what I remember, yeah.
Dude, you had to watch the documentary. It's
What his
I
whole
would
thing was
too.
power, right? Like,
really
having
good.
power over people. Maybe.
Dude, it's a mix. I think it's a mix of any serial killer of like
Just that they're fucked up.
wanting that, but also like he has this weird legit weird fucking satanic thing also on the underneath of it, where it's like he said he's killing for Satan and doing all this shit,
dude.
where it's like
it
makes it that much more bizarre, where it's like I don't know if he's doing it for an insanity plea or if he's actually doing it, but it was insane.
Well, dude, like I don't even know if
He wrote a pentagram at one of the scenes in blood.
In the person's blood. And then also when he got booked, I don't know if he was sentenced or if he was just getting booked or some shit like that. But like, it's a well-known thing where they said, "Hey, guilty, this and that bullshit," or something like that, and he goes, "Hail Satan!" And then they rush him away because he says "Hail Satan," and then he fucking rush him away. It's just so weird.
But like,
and then also another famous quote of his is something like that. He's like, "Oh well, death came with the territory. See you in Disneyland," like shit like that. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
that's the thing. Like,
an insane person says that, dude.
It could either be like what you said. It could be with the plea, like, or the
insanity plea.
Defense.
Yeah.
Like, what he's
I don't
saying.
think he. I don't.
But
I
like,
truly don't think
that
he
is
cared.
weird because he probably is like that.
I truly think he's the type of guy to be like, whatever.
But you
I
think
don't
it's
care if I
literally
die.
like, come on, man.
Whatever.
Like, fucking help me out.
There's just
little
one
bit.
thing in common with most of these people: they literally don't have a place in society.
Yeah,
whether
no,
or not
you can't
it's
have him out
whether or
there.
not it's socially or whatever the case is, there's a theme with these guys. They are outliers in the society.
Yeah,
and what's
it's-
crazy is like it's definitely went down. Serial
Oh,
killing has
yeah,
went
yeah. 80s,
drastically down.
90s,
That's what I'm saying.
yes.
So that's what's weird about it. So was it like the news coverage, like the glorifying of it, where they covered it? You know what I mean? Like was the Black Dahlia what started it? You know what I mean?
But when you think but you would think it would go up with the media coverage, right?
Right,
But somehow it went down. But
it
like
went
what I'm saying, like,
significantly down.
more people.
But
like, you
also,
wanna
I
have your
think
name out
I
there.
think it has.
I think-
I think it has to coincide with the
Fingerprinting,
advancement
and DNA.
harder
in
to do.
technology and this
Yeah.
and that and the
I agree.
other. Because you have John Wayne Gacy, you have Richard Ramirez, you have Bundy, you have fucking.
The thing that doesn't make sense to me about the DNA stuff is, and bear with me on this, I have no idea about DNA whatsoever. If you're not in the system, there's still a way to not be in the system. You know what I mean?
Right?
How would they have your DNA?
How are you
unless you're a
relatives?
That's
That's
true.
the thing.
That's true. But
that's
let's
how they
say-
call it the golden state
Right,
killer.
but even if let's say just by chance nobody's done 23andMe, nobody's given up their information.
Yes.
How are they going to track you?
They
Is that the only
can't.
way they get you? Like, dumb question. Like, how are you not in the system?
How would I be? Maybe
like,
my footprints from when I'm a baby. My fingerprints
But
when I'm
don't
a
you
baby.
get your fingerprints, your footprints, whatever, from when you're born?
But
They, like, put
I
that
don't
in
think
the
they'd
system
be
right
the
away?
same. I don't know if they'd be the same.
I don't
Is it
think
different when you grow?
I don't know.
No,
I don't
no,
think
no.
they would put it in the
But
system like
I
that.
don't
That was
think-
my dumb question. Like, I don't like.
I don't think it's this. I don't think it's necessarily they put you in a system. I think it's like
No.
here's your baby prince type of deal.
Obviously, you guys are right.
I don't.
know
I don't think they
have
say.
everybody,
I don't
but
think they
yeah.
say. I don't think they say. Brock, no,
Right.
born. Bzz, here are your system
Yeah.
photograph. Your fingerprints, your footprints, this and that and the other. I don't think that's what it is. I think what they like, for instance, the Golden State Killer who was caught in like the 2010s, but even though he fucking raped, he killed. I think he didn't. He only killed like only killed, but like I think he only killed like fucking like 8 people, whatever. But he raped like fucking like 30, dude. He raped a lot of people.
Right.
Broke into their houses, raped them, said "fuck you, I'll kill you," and left.
Yeah.
The only thing that doesn't make sense about the Golden Gate Killer, the guy they
Golden
found,
yeah.
Patton Oswalt's wife pretty much
Yes,
found her.
yes.
The only thing that doesn't make sense to me is I don't think his crimes would have stopped.
Yeah,
Like there was a drastic drop off in his crimes,
Yeah,
like hitting
that's true.
2000.
that's true.
And at that point, like he was either in jail or there was just he's dead.
he got
Dead.
I don't know.
He
It
got
seems-
really
just
old,
quit.
dude. He
Yeah.
got really old. Like they caught him when he was like fucking 75, like 77. Like he was old as shit. Anyways, I don't know, but they caught him from a 23andMe.
Yeah.
They caught like literally that's how they caught him.
Right.
Is they said this DNA profile that we got from a little tiny shred of DNA
Fucking
from the
insane,
crime
bro.
scene. They said, hey, this is really fucking close to this person, and then this person is related to this person, and then they went to that person's house. And that's
You know
how
what's
they
crazy
caught
about the court system though? Like there is still pseudoscience in the court system, like
him. Oh, bad
bite
dude.
marks,
bite marks,
dude, blood splatter.
Like,
you know what I
that's
mean?
funny,
Like,
though,
dude,
right?
Yeah, but there's
Sorry, no,
not
there's
really.
Go on,
there's
go on,
su-
go on.
there's super like
Yeah,
it's
no.
speculative, like
yeah,
Come on,
you just
wait,
but
don't
it
know.
is. It's like it's nothing that can be proven. You know what I mean? It is just something
It's
from a
speculative. It's truly what it
professional
is.
eyewitness or a key witness.
Right.
So it's like whether or not they are good at detecting whose bite marks they are, it's not 100%. It's not like a DNA test where you can be like, with 98% certainty, that's the guy.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
What it is that like, do you believe this smart person?
Exactly.
This smart person that's went to school for this long, do you
Yeah.
believe him?
Yeah.
If this person's making up bullshit, do you believe him? Like that's all it is.
It's everything's off percentages
He's
too, and it's
he's
never
testifying.
100%.
He's this bite mark specialist who may be he may be a dentist, he may be a medical
Yeah.
doctor, he may be
Maybe just
do
like
you
biting
believe him?
asses.
Yeah.
We're all
Do you believe
aspires.
him? Do you believe him?
Deep down.
That's all it is. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
all.
But
It
shit
is.
like
No,
that,
yeah.
like legitimately, like I understand how you could use it for a testimony. Makes sense a little bit, but I feel like it should be weighted very lightly
100%.
as far as
Right.
that shit goes. Because if a
Yeah.
polygraph is
'Cause
not
it's-
admissible in court,
Yeah.
how the fuck are bite marks?
You're right.
Dude,
You're
bite
right.
marks
A
so
polygraph is way
speculative.
more accurate than what a bite mark
Because, like,
expert
how-
would be.
Is it though? Is it really?
I would
yeah,
say
but
so.
like,
Yeah.
how is the average person going to be like, analyze? It's the
See,
same.
because you have to prove a bite mark to a jury
Yeah.
who has no fucking
Yeah.
idea. Who
Yeah.
doesn't go through
Exactly,
fucking dental
dude.
school?
By the way,
That's crazy way
have,
to look at it, man.
have
That's
any of you
something I've
guys
never-
been called to jury duty, jury this and that, anything
one
like
time,
that?
bro? One
No.
time.
Did
Wait,
you?
Yeah.
What? You've
Yeah.
been called to jury duty?
Yeah.
You get selected?
No, like I think the case got thrown out before I got
Mm.
because I wanted to do it.
Fuck
Like, I
yeah.
wanted to get
I would
into
love
Dude.
to do it.
I wanted
Cody,
to
you want to
do it,
hear a
but-
crazy
Yes.
one? This isn't really giving away anything.
Yes.
Because if it's in the courts, it's already public information.
Yep, I love it.
This woman that I work with, she was telling me she got jury duty and she was on the jury for a week. It was a malpractice case.
Okay.
The doctor prescribed antidepressants
Okay.
to a 16-year-old, and she killed herself 3 days later.
Oh my god.
That's tough.
Oh my god.
They were trying to find the doctor liable. But to then I said, how's the doctor liable?
3 days.
And she was like, you know what's even worse? She's like, it's literally a side effect on the medication.
suicidal ideation.
Suicidal?
So at that point, it was thrown out.
They pretty much had every side effect.
Yeah.
Like they
That's
listed
exact-
every side
I
effect just
know.
to cover their asses.
But that's what they did, and it literally did that. They covered it because suicidal tendencies, this and that, antidepressants. Because like obviously, like if he's acting in good faith, he's not doing anything wrong. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like it's not malpractice. Like if he's trying to act in good
bro.
faith and act,
Right.
then. But anyway, she was just telling me about that, and I was like,
So he's
dude.
prescribing a medication that has the suicidal tendencies as a side effect.
Yep.
But that suicidal tendency in that medication is listed, so then therefore he's not liable.
Yes, because it is
it
what
does
you know
fall
what I
on
mean.
her, right? Like
Yeah, it's under technically it'd be under the parents.
in like the
Technically,
least.
as bad as it sounds, like dude, that's
Yeah.
horrible.
I
But
It's
don't-
horrible.
I
Horrible.
hate to be
that.
this person, but I don't think that doctor is liable because
No.
Can't-
if you
he
said
that's what the
be.
court found,
if
by the
you
way.
said
The court found
3
doctor not
days
liable.
later. If you were to say 3 months later, maybe I would have a different
Yeah.
opinion.
But don't
But
they say
3
even
days?
don't people even say like SSRIs and shit like that? Like it takes what, a
Serotonin
month?
re-up,
It
yeah.
takes like a month, or antidepressants sometimes take
Well,
like a
dude,
month
yeah.
to actually like start doing their
I mean,
effect.
it's serotonin reuptake inhibitors is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
But if you
So
list,
like it just like inhibits
Yeah.
the serotonin,
Sadness.
blah, 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 blah,
It's pretty much
blah,
blocking your
yeah.
sadness.
So what-
sadness,
even
sadness, sadness, blah blah blah. It takes months to
Yeah.
make it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
To block pretty
right?
much. Yeah.
Like it's just like 3 weeks is not enough.
Yeah.
I guess it could be, but like
Yeah, either way.
you don't
but
know.
but if you have it listed as a side effect, then how is there any amount that's enough?
Say it again.
What do you
I
mean?
don't get that.
If it's listed as a side effect, why is like it happened a week before, 2 weeks before instead of a month before? Why is that enough?
Because
But if it's
we're just
But if it's listed as a side
we're just
effect,
saying in the aspect of like people, like if you're prescribed antidepressants, people say you have to take it this long for it to have this effect on you.
He's exactly right.
So,
So
that's
it's not
why they're
gonna be
saying
immediate.
So that's what
Right,
he's
but
saying.
even if
His
you
what
listed-
he's saying on this part is like even if she was 3 days in, the antidepressants probably even haven't taken a factor to her
Right.
at that point. Like
Well,
maybe
because it's literally affecting the chemicals in your brain. So like you take a pill, it's not gonna be like, bam,
yeah,
fucking
no, right,
you're healed. It's gonna be a slow process.
right. But even
So
if
like
you,
the chemicals in your brain need to, the medication needs to work. It needs to calm down.
even
Like
i-
it needs to
Yeah.
affect your brain.
right, I
a chemical level.
that, but
you
like
know.
even if you list it as a side effect, like isn't that a way to cover your ass? Like
Yeah.
it could happen to
Yes.
this,
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter.
Definitely.
Like our shit is set in, but you still like these are the side effects. This is your warning.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But,
This
like,
is
the
why we
thing-
list this. It's on you now.
But
Like,
the
it's
thing
your
of
risks.
malpractice in that aspect is like you really have to go to like the extent of like Michael Jackson's doctor,
right?
where you're giving
Yeah.
him propofol to go to sleep. Like you're not acting in good faith then.
So
you know
he
what
just
I mean?
he just said that because you know what? Here you go.
Like you know what I think as like truly he's trying to help.
yeah.
And maybe what he did, maybe what he prescribed wasn't the right thing. And that's the thing about all these antidepressants and medications that are literally doing shit to your brain. It's kind of a guessing game. A lot of the doctor, like there's so many different ones, you
That's
know,
fucking
there's
scary.
Lexapro, there's this, there's that. Like there's so many different things that have a different effect on you that you have to find the right thing. So it's like maybe he just prescribed the wrong one, but he's not acting in bad faith.
He's exactly right.
It's not, is
Right,
it still
no,
it's,
yeah.
I don't think it's malpractice.
Being-
at that
that
point
can
either.
be malpractice if you're trying to
Being
help,
a doctor
right?
is
Yeah.
so fucking hard.
But if
you
you-
don't
But
fucking
there's
know.
so many things for
Like,
you
yeah.
to protect you against all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like that's why
100%.
you.
Yeah.
100%.
I just thought it was crazy, and I was like, dude, I
Yeah.
cannot imagine having to be on that jury.
Yeah.
Because
No,
like you got to
it's
imagine,
just-
like, dude, as
it's
sad as
tough.
it is, like, you know, even if you're trying to be impartial and whatever, but like even just seeing the testimony of the parents or whatever or whoever, like that's got to be
Yes.
fucking rough.
Can't
dude.
play your
it's a-
emotions and whatnot.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro.
It's a
Exactly.
16-year-old. That's a
Yeah.
kid. Like, I mean, like, yeah, as much as we want to be like, yeah, 16, they're
Yeah.
a grown adult, whatever, like that. But they still have several years until they're
don't-
like,
yeah, they
until
don't
they figure
know.
it out.
Yeah.
So at
Right,
the same
but
time, but like, as
You
you're
can't play
a
your
parent,
emotions. Yeah.
yeah, but like as a parent, a 16-year-old is still your kid.
Yeah.
That's a kid. You ask
Kid.
any adult that they're gonna say 16-year-old's a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So like for them to take their own lives like that, that's fucking tragic, dude. That's
Yeah.
so
It's
bad.
But
so
I'm just
sad.
saying,
It's
like, I'm
morality
just
at that- yeah.
thinking about that case and just jury duty in general. Like, you could even swing it the other way, and if you're the defendant on that case, like defending the doctor,
right.
you could almost say it's negligence in the form of the parents.
for sure.
You know what I mean? You could almost argue that.
Right.
They have to know the risk and
Yeah.
because it's listed, right?
Yeah.
Like that's
Right.
why they list shit like
Right.
that to cover them.
So
Yeah.
they have to.
So it's being shady on one
Like,
end by listing
it's
everything
shady,
under the
yeah.
sun,
Yes.
and then it's
That's why they
shady
do
on
it.
the other end of being like,
Because-
hey, you
But
really.
it's also sad because they need that medication to actually help
Yeah.
them out on that part.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
but
on
at the
this
same
part,
time,
it fucks them up.
they can blame the parents and be like, "Hey, guess what? You shouldn't have kept that person who is taking medications that could cause suicidal tendencies
Yeah.
next to a rope." You know,
Yeah.
sorry, but you know, like
The doctor's just handing out. Oh, I can't even say.
no,
You were gonna say
that's
handouts
tough.
ropes. You motherfucker.
The doctor's
You
like,
motherfucker.
hey, free rope for every bottle of antidepressants.
That is so tough.
Yeah, that's the worst thing I could possibly
You're
say.
gonna want this.
Yeah.
No,
That's
Just in
fucked.
case.
Hey, if you're not feeling great from these antidepressants, this is what I'm telling you. Step 1, close that garage door and start up that car. You know what I mean?
Have you ever seen the movie
It's
Midsummer?
a joke.
No.
Mid-song.
No.
That's,
I haven't seen it.
It's spoiler alert, but that's essentially what it is. A woman that is worried about her bipolar sister, and then later on they discover that the bipolar sister killed herself because she started the car in the garage
heavy.
and piped she piped the exhaust to her mouth,
Yeah.
Nice.
but then the mouth leaked and then killed the parents that were in the same house as her. And so the person who was away at college got a call that said, "Hey, not only is your sister that killed herself dead, but also your parents dead."
That's fiction.
That's
That's fiction.
Man.
That's just a fun movie.
That's such a fun movie.
It's a real pick me up.
That's,
People love that movie.
You want to watch Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah,
you want to
right.
watch
You
this
wanna watch
lady
three
kill
guys
herself
and-
and her old parents?
Yeah.
And on the
That's,
side effect is her parents died too. You know, that's a sad movie.
Side effects may be drowsiness, sleepiness, more drowsiness, killing yourself, and killing your parents.
so
Cody, can you answer me this? What,
It
what
is
would
rough.
what,
My condolences, though.
To the
Legitimately, my condolences.
To the
That has
parents
got
and
to
the
be
fake-
rough.
No,
That has
that's
got to be rough.
horrible. It was
It is
a terrible
All jokes
part of
aside.
the movie.
bro.
so
It
what
is.
would what circumstance would a doctor prescribe somebody an antidepressant?
a person.
It's just as an as need
presents
basis.
with
Like I don't think there's like a
pure in
you know what I mean? Like I don't think there's like a black and white structure. Like I think it is all gray.
But you got to think
It's
about
just,
it.
It's taking your best call.
Millions of people suffer from depression. Like
Right.
it's a real thing, and like people get
The Anatomy of Melancholy. Have you ever seen
I
that?
don't want to be
No.
this.
The
It's a
movie?
book on depression from like the 1800s where they're explaining like melancholy and how it works. It's fucking bizarre to listen
Was
to.
it is melancholy just depression pretty much?
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
what they
like,
called it
but the
before,
thing-
like clinical depression.
Yeah.
I don't want to be this guy, but like, if you're already depressed like that and you are,
But what they're trying to do is they're trying to prescribe a medication that literally changes the chemical operations of their brain and puts out more chemicals of the happiness
right?
chemical.
I understand that, but if you're the person that is depressed and you go to a doctor and they're like, "Yeah, the side effects are suicide," and you're just like,
Well, okay.
"Shit, I'm
I-
already
I
there
agree with-
anyway."
I
so
agree
let's
with you,
do-
Chris.
One step.
But you have to think these people that are going to the doc. If you have the nuts to go to a doctor for depression, you need something.
This is your
Yeah,
last.
that's true.
That's
this-
your last resort.
it's
You're
your
not
last
going there for the
resort.
fun of it. You're not going there for 5 milligrams of
You've
Lexapro. You know what I mean?
dealt with it
You
for
want
a
some
long ass
help.
time. And you're
So,
like, Jesus fucking Christ,
I think
need to
it's
feel good.
I think it's like both. Like it's the person just wanting to seek something that helps. Treatment. Something, whether or not it's something they know is helpful, something they don't know it's helpful. They
also,
want
Do
something.
you know if it's more helpful? Like, has it been more helpful on average to people? Like,
Dude.
does it help more people?
Yeah,
than
for
it
sure,
doesn't?
dude.
Like,
It has
so,
to
like,
be.
Dude,
It
that's what I'm
has to
saying.
be.
Is like, dude, I've
Right,
heard so
like-
many people talk about like, hey, this didn't work for them. They went to
Yeah.
the next one. This worked
So,
for
like,
them.
it-
This didn't. So like, obviously, there's trial and error involved.
There's
100%.
anomalies that happen to people, but
Yeah.
like it helps.
Well,
more
no,
people. So,
every
like, how do you-
every person is different.
Right,
It doesn't
for sure.
matter. Your body, and your chemicals are different
Yeah.
compared to me, compared to you, compared to everybody. It's
Very
different.
different.
I have another
Very
question.
And guess what? All doctors, they don't know. They see fucking hundreds of patients, so they don't know who's different from this person, this person.
For
this.
sure.
But it's
It
not
doesn't
like.
matter.
But going back to your
What-
question, Chris, it's like it's both. It's obviously not the doctor's not taking a shot in the dark by any means.
Right.
Like they,
No, he know. He
like
probably
he
just gotta-
knows this treats this.
Yes, there's a boundary they have of like this is doing this,
Yes.
and like I said, the person like it's the thought of like I just want something that helps. Like I don't care if it's a fucking salad at noon or it's a fucking antidepressant when I wake up. I just want some fucking
Salad
help.
at
dude.
noon.
Have you ever
I
had a
don't
salad
want
at
to
noon?
feel sad. You know what I
love
mean?
it.
I have another
I would
question.
kill myself if
I
I
have
had a
another
salad
question.
at noon.
So if you go, let's say,
High noon.
let's say I'm a depressed person and I go to a doctor. Would a doctor set somebody up like with a therapist first?
So I think. And
I
correct me if
also-
I'm wrong. A doctor would try to send you to a psychiatrist or what's the other one? I'm fucking stupid
Therapist.
here. Therapist or whoever. They would try to send you to somebody who would specialize in that field rather than be like, here's some Lexapro.
Yes.
It's the
Okay.
same thing as like if you had a foot problem, they're not going to treat it themselves. They're going to send you to somebody.
I just want to, because you hear these things of like doctors just prescribing shit out the wind. I don't know
Right,
if that's
right,
true
right.
or not. Who
It
knows?
used to be.
But like a doctor in good faith, like so for that scenario, the 16-year-old girl, like
Yeah.
if a doctor doesn't try to help them other than giving them a pill, that you could almost count that as malpractice.
I think in some way, but like
That's
I think
it's
Like, you're not
very
you're not-
it's very tough to
Yeah, there's a fine line.
it's a fine line because
But if you can prove
Like
he
you
acted in
said,
good faith, like I said, and
exactly.
he's like, I've prescribed this to 100 people. This is the only one I've had this happen to. These are the
yes.
3 things I usually prescribe. You're obviously, I still think acting in good faith at that point.
obviously I am not a doctor. I
Right.
do not know this. So this is all speculation.
You're the closest one to us, though.
But the thing is, though, I'm not. Like, I interact with doctors. That's
Right.
the only doctor training I
Do
have.
you have to call doctors at your work doctor?
100%. You can't talk. You can't, like, even if doctors
You're
aren't-
not cool with anyone. You're like, hey, Phil, what's up?
Yeah, but at the same time,
Obviously,
you don't want to cross that
well,
line.
no, obviously, if it's like in public and you're in a professional sphere, maybe.
Yes.
But if you're
Professional
like, if you're like,
sphere.
hey, Jimmy, you see the knockers on that lady?
Today.
No, like 100%. No, I know. Like, I know exactly what you're saying because I've thought of it too.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I really have not interacted with the doctor outside of the professional sphere.
Yeah.
So the professional sphere that I'm in, I'm gonna say, Doctor, what's his face? Like, I'll still address them as doctor, but I ask them kind of fucked up questions. I'll be like, Doctor, what's his face? this guy's fucking dumb as fuck. Or like,
You think he just looked at Doc?
or like, I'm like, hey, doctor, what's his face? This guy's fucking demented as shit, is he not? They're like, yeah. And like, you know what I mean? Like, I ask them questions like that, but I don't refer to them as their first name. I just feel like that's too far. Like, I know a person that has been around the block for like, they've been working there for 30 years, and they'll call people, hey, Phil, what's up, Phil? When it's Dr. Dick Suck. You know what I mean? Like, it's Doctor.
Professional.
It's Doctor
Very
what's his
professional.
face.
Yeah.
But their
Dick
first name
Suck.
is Phil. And so I'd be like, yo, Phil, what's up?
Yeah.
But like, I haven't-
Dr. Wetnuts, your patient's waiting for you?
I haven't reached that level yet,
Yeah.
Like, you have a level of experience / respect that you go to a doctor for.
Sure.
And like, obviously, doctors that are like fresh out of school maybe, or like recently doctors, and you're like,
He doesn't deserve it yet.
I could
He's not
no,
wet
not
nuts
not
yet.
even that. I could probably call you by your first name.
Yeah.
Not wet.
But what if I did? And it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
So I still call him Doctor What's his face.
the
Anyways,
basis of my question was
Yes.
just to.
I'm sorry, I went on
I
tangent.
just
I'm
was
sorry.
curious if a doctor would try to set you up with a therapist or a better option before just subscribing you a pill. That's
For
all
sure.
I wanted.
That's
to
for
all.
sure.
That's all dependent on the doctor, though.
Right.
Like they can make their own decisions.
Right.
They can say, I think let's try therapy before let's try prescription drugs, and they can say, let's go to therapy. But at the same time, you have to realize some doctors do get paid a little bit more money if they
Right.
prescribe a certain amount of medication.
Isn't that fucked up though?
That's
That's
what I was
fucked
gonna
up.
Like,
That is
do you
fucked
make
up.
more money for prescribing medicine, or do you prescribing
it's
a
very
therapist?
it's very dependent. It's very dependent. Like some pharmaceutical companies will be like, "Hey, if you prescribe this and that,
That's so
we'll pay
We're
you
gonna
a
give you a little
extra."
something.
But but it's also
It's
not every doctor
everything's
is like
corrupt,
that.
bro.
Not every
Right.
doctor is gonna say just because I prescribe this money, I make this much money. You don't know that. Like you
It's also
can't
where
know
you're a
that.
doctor at. If you have your own practice, you have a lot more freedom to choose whatever
Precisely.
medication you
Right.
would like.
if you,
Rather than if you're working,
or if you're
if
under
you're working,
somebody-
you know what I mean. If you're working for a giant company like
Yes.
you are, they probably have, you know what I mean. They have their stockpile. Like
Absolutely.
that
Yeah.
company's buying the drugs. The doctor is
Absolutely.
not sending someone to buy the
Right.
drugs.
Right.
The
There's
only
more
shady
incentive.
shit that gets into it is like you have pharmaceutical representatives who are like, "Hey, you guys have been selling a whole lot of Lexapro lately. I'll buy you lunch this week."
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's
But
shit like
that's
that.
why
Or
big
I'll
pharma's a
buy
problem,
you-
right?
I'll give you
Like,
samples. You know what I mean? I'll give you
Yeah.
these samples and
right,
see if you like them, and then I'll bring in some more. So like that's the shady shit about it. It's just a for-profit system. Like that's the problem.
That's-
and obviously
Is
and
they're
that's,
trying to make
that's
money.
fucked up because when you're talking
I'm
about people's
ignorant.
health,
Yeah.
like, it shouldn't be
it's
for
messed up.
But at the
profit.
That's what
same
eats in my
time-
heart.
Yeah.
at the
Like,
same time, dude, I'm ignorant. I don't know.
right.
I don't
we're
Me
all ignorant.
neither. Yeah, like
We're
I have no
all
idea. what I'm
morons,
talking
Yeah.
about.
dude. Like, you know what I mean? Fucking Christ. But
But if you're a doctor, like prescribing this instead of that because you have a relationship with this pharmaceutical company, that's what makes you a piece of shit.
because
But
you
at the
know
same
what you're
time-
talking
At
about.
the
Yeah.
same time, sometimes you're like, I could prescribe this or I could prescribe this. I'm not even sure quite, but this way I'll get more money.
You're
And this
gonna
way
do
I'm not
that.
even sure. So obviously you're gonna
It's just a
lean.
human
You're gonna
thing,
lean
yeah.
more towards that one. Even if in your mind you're not trying to be a fucking piece of shit, and you're not trying to be like, but like in your mind you're like, this one could help, but I'll make more money off this one. Yeah, let's do that one.
I mean,
No.
yes, but you're
Never been in that situation.
Okay,
Yeah.
but like,
No, I
like-
understand.
Like, let's put it in
Time out.
terms of.
Let's say for you, you get let's say you get 0% commission
He's right on
selling a
it.
Samsung.
I know he's
item.
right on it. I don't even have
Let's
to listen
say
to it.
Panasonic makes a big
Always.
comeback. You get a 5% fucking commission on selling Panasonic items. Wouldn't you want to sell some fucking Panasonic?
Fuck yeah.
I don't know how morally
Un-
correct are you? How morally high are
No,
you?
but that's what I'm saying though. I'm not dealing with people's health.
Yeah.
Like,
But you in this
My-
situation
so my-
you are though, right?
let's make it more of a realistic term. Like, okay, so if let's say I'm at work and somebody wants to sign up for a credit card, or I get so much, I get a bonus or whatever, which I don't for signing people up for credit cards. We're supposed to push them.
Mhm.
I don't like pushing credit cards on people who don't need it.
Yeah.
People that don't
Which
need
is-
another credit card,
Right.
because it's not something like you're messing with their financial. Like, I'm selling them a $200 TV.
Securities.
You're messing with somebody's credit,
Yeah.
and that's not easy to get back. You know what I mean?
Which
So,
is
like,
why I don't
right.
think you would push a drug just to make more for
Right.
you. Like I think that's you instilled in you. Like,
I think
don't
it's just
think you
where
would push
your.
that
I think it's where
personally.
your personality
Yeah.
lies. Like, I don't know.
And I don't know, maybe like, and maybe when you get to that point, it changes a person. Like
Yeah.
you can change, obviously, but
Like
I don't know.
there's people at my job that can push credit cards like
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
There's things that people say to people when they're pushing credit cards, and I'm like, I'll never say that to that. I'll never
Just
say that
because
to
you
somebody.
feel like a fucking piece of shit.
I feel like
at
a
that
piece of
point.
shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like a fucking car salesman. I fucking hate
100%.
it.
What would you
Your
do? Or
morals
you
come
do?
up.
What would you do in that point? In that situation?
I personally
Like-
have way too many stupid morals, and I just
yeah.
hate shit, so I would never. But I mean, also, I'm not in the situation of stacking checks like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
You see that first check come in, dude.
it's-
Who's to say that's? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's so much easier to sit right where
true.
we are
Exactly.
right now and
For sure.
say, nah, we're morally higher than that. But when you see that check come in
100%.
day after or week after week,
100%.
fucking it's a lot harder to say.
100%.
Nah,
Absolutely.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't know what I'd do.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd say I'll take the money.
Money has
But that's
a
what I'm
lot
saying.
of
I feel like a
influence.
piece of shit.
I
by
don't.
saying
Like
that.
I'm saying, I don't think it's like them prescribing this because they're getting money for it. I would say they have two similar drugs. This company's giving him a nice premium on them, and they have a relationship with him, so he's going with that one. I don't think it's as menacing as like, I'm going to prescribe this one because I get this one for cheap. I think it's this one is a cheaper alternative than that one, and I have a relationship with these people, and that's the relationship I'm going to keep. I don't think it's as diabolical as what people make it out to be, but I think it could be. You know what I mean? I think it
in
can
some,
be.
in a lot of in some situations, I
yeah.
think it is probably.
I think it can be, but I think it's also like
yeah, you're
just,
probably right.
like
But
I said,
he's
dude, there's so
right.
many generic derivatives of drugs and shit.
Yeah.
If this company's going to give you a discount on their generic drug, then why would you buy that generic drug? It's going to be the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's also that. So I definitely have nowhere to speak, and I don't know enough to say that
Me
they're
neither.
like morally wrong.
Right,
But it's
yeah.
like it just seems like it's a nonsensical thing in like the medical industry.
Yeah.
I've
Just-
also been around doctors that literally are saying, no, I will not do this because it is more for my patient.
Yeah.
Like there are doctors out there,
Yeah.
100%, that say, no.
Wait, say that again.
Like the
I-
prescription or the
more
drugs
for-
more.
more?
No. Like surgeons, they will say,
Like
I will
helping my
not
patients too much.
do this particular procedure because it is significantly more than another procedure which I could do a lot cheaper, and it'll be cheaper to my patient. So they do the cheaper procedure for the patient as opposed to doing the more
But it's like-
expensive procedure for
Okay.
the patient. You know what I mean?
It's like
So-
a helpful, like we're helping them out
Right.
because they get a little bit less, but it's a lot more less costly.
right.
For the
Okay.
family
So
and them.
like for instance,
Okay, I get that.
there
yeah.
is a procedure in which you could use a crazy technological innovation.
Mhm.
There, you could use that crazy technological
Right.
innovation,
They're gonna say no.
or you could use
same old.
kind of same old. It's been around for a
Iron
little bit longer.
Yeah, we're sticking on the island. for
Yeah, so you
7
could,
years.
you could do that. So some people do the significant technological innovation because they think it improves the patient's outcomes, it improves the patient's this and that, and this and that and the other, and it may do
Right.
it may do that. Absolutely, it might.
Right.
And so people do that. But at the same time, sometimes people are like, "Hey, I'm just gonna do this same old
Yeah.
thing, and it's
They
gonna
know it
and,
works.
and it's gonna work the same as this,
Yeah.
and it's significantly cheaper." So
They're gonna do that
it's
for.
so there's some doctors that would like to do the significantly cheaper thing that help out the patient financially, but they're also gonna, it's gonna do what they need done, and it's gonna improve their health.
But, in a
But
cheaper
then
basis,
sometimes
yeah.
also there's other doctors that are going to say, "Hey, I need to do that. I need to do this, and it's going to cost you more, but it's going to improve your recovery. It's going to improve this and that and the other, and it's going to be significantly more beneficiary for you." Like it just depends.
And,
There's so much variables out there.
so much.
That's why I don't go to doctors. Dude.
It's so much
There
easier
is
to
a
be out
reason-
of a doctor's position. to
There is
talk
a
about this
reason-
shit
Oh, I
than,
know,
like,
I know.
Yeah.
Yes, there is a
here's-
reason why
yeah.
they are 35
sure.
years old and they are
And they
just
know shit.
graduating. They are just
They know all
entering
this
the
shit.
workforce and they are 35 years old.
Yeah.
We are 24, 25, 23, whatever years old, and we are talking out of our fucking asses,
Ass.
okay?
Here-
So
I was
like
making
that's
pizzas at 16,
that is
dude.
For sure.
that is the thing.
Here's my
like
like
yes.
my question from earlier, and it's off topic. But like,
I love
Love
Off
it.
Topic.
we were talking about nuclear, like fucking fallouts.
Yeah.
Apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
What? Like I thought about this a lot. Like a little
love
bit,
it.
a little bit, a little
love
bit,
it.
just a little bit. What's
A
your
lot or
first?
a little bit?
Just a little bit, but a lot as well. In the same time, what is your first move in a semi thing like that?
Masamenos
I don't-
thing?
I don't-
It's a little bit.
I don't know what that
here
means.
And there.
You said what's the first move in the
We're
semi
talking
thing?
apocalypse, nuclear, whatever.
Okay.
Zombie,
Oh.
whatever.
Oh,
What's your first
okay,
move
okay,
in
okay.
the apocalypse?
So
What's
you-
your first move?
Okay.
Whoever wants to go first. And we can like, if it's a dumb question, we ain't got to talk about
I would
it.
love for you to elaborate.
Like what are you doing? Like the
What
apocalypse, the
what
nuclear
happened? What happened?
apocalypse just happened. What's your first move?
As in Russia bombed us. It's
Yeah, we got fucked. It's a zombie, like a zombie apocalypse or whatever. What are you doing?
Putting all my money into Bitcoin.
That I mean, yeah,
Still there,
I
baby.
guess. But like, I feel like Bitcoin at that point's done.
I don't
I feel
know.
like Bitcoin doesn't matter at that
That's the
point.
zombie's only currency.
Yeah, I guess if zombie, you like
All the
hey,
all the
hey,
other
zombie, I'm gonna give you
all the
10,000
other currency
Bitcoin.
burned up, dude.
Yeah, like
I
zombies.
don't
Like
know
I
what I
only
would
take
do.
this.
I don't know what I would do in like a
What's your first
nuclear
move?
apocalypse. I can tell you what I would do in a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, zombie apocalypse. Anything.
I've thought about this too, and I
Yeah.
think the only real thing is I'd have to make a pretty legit fucking house, maybe on stilts or something.
Yeah, because zombies can't climb.
But here's the thing: I'm putting like a shit ton of barbed wire on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So even if they do come,
They're fucked. They're getting hurt.
you're not coming through that.
No.
But I don't know. I think about it all the time at work. If
Yeah.
I were to get stuck in a zombie apocalypse and I couldn't leave work,
Just like
What-
a pocket. Yeah.
what's my preferred weapon of choice?
Right.
And I found them. There's two options. We have like these, we call them towel bars, but we put them on the back of shelves to put peg hooks on. And they have, so they're a bar, and then each side hooks into the shelf. So it's real sharp on both ends. And they're like 5 feet long, 4 feet long.
Are they
I'm
heavy?
I'm-
They pretty light.
No, they're actually pretty
Light,
light.
okay.
But they're light but durable. I'm
Yeah.
dual wielding those things, dude.
I like that.
That's my preferred weapon of choice.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'd rather have
But-
a gun. But yeah.
There's no guns in Best Buy. I got to pick a
Well,
weapon in there.
yeah, but yeah.
Hold on. The nuclear war
It
happens.
doesn't have to be nuclear, but like an apocalypse. Like maybe it's a zombie. Maybe it's just like something.
I was gonna
shit
say,
went
because-
down. We just had an apocalypse.
Because I feel like there's a big difference between a zombie event and a
I think
apocalyptic.
Chris went zombie. Chris went zombie.
I just
We'll
wouldn't
go
know what
zombie.
to do in a nuclear apocalypse. Like I don't even know.
I mean,
where
yeah,
to
that was a
start.
dumb. That was
Because
probably
I
a
feel
dumb
like-
way to
what's
phrase
yours?
it.
Give
I
me
feel
your
like
example.
zombie is way different than
Yeah.
like, hey, everything's fucking dead, survive type of deal. You
Right.
know, which I feel like is more likely than a zombie aspect.
Brock, what's
Mine's
your,
like just a couple. Like a lot of big cities got nuked. Let's say.
Right. Which is I feel like is
which
likely.
but it can almost be
I
the
feel like
same
it's
thing.
likely.
Very likely,
Likely.
but
I
it can
mean-
be. Like, it's
I don't
almost
think
in the
likely.
same. Not likely,
Possible.
probably not.
Possible.
Probably not. But in the same way as a zombie apocalypse, like it could almost act
So-
as the same way.
There's always a 50-50 chance.
50-50 chance.
50-50
you
chance of
know,
everything.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was saying. Like,
So
yeah.
what would your
I'd probably go like. I would go to the police station first, and I'm getting all my ammo, my guns. I'm getting a lot of guns, got a lot of ammo.
I'm sure it won't be
I'm
very
gonna
busy
call.
there.
I'm gonna couple.
Police cars.
Well, you think that, but no one's going there. Probably no one's thinking about that.
I don't think so.
No one's thinking about that. They're really not.
What about just getting a lake house? Just
I don't
going
know,
out
be
to the
nice.
ocean.
And you're just thinking like, me and my family just on vacation. This
Yeah,
this whole apocalypse. We're on
time,
vacation.
fun.
We're
Yeah.
having fun. We're
Just
fishing.
You just rob a rich family.
Right.
Rob them blind, baby. You just fucking get in there. Just hey, it's
Get
my
a,
house.
Get a 40-foot
Yeah.
yacht and just park it somewhere.
Yes,
Oh, maybe.
dude. Oh,
Continue to fish.
40 foot isn't a very big yacht, is it?
I feel like it's
Good enough
pretty
to live
big.
on.
I feel like it's pretty
But
big.
it's not. Yeah,
on
it's not
that.
necessarily a yacht, right?
Yeah. If you
I
don't
mean,
have a
I guess I don't know
grill,
what classifies a yacht, but yeah,
But I
you
mean,
have to
I'd
get
fuck with it.
gas.
I'm not getting a bass fishing boat and going out there.
The only thing that doesn't make sense is if you were to get in that situation, almost nothing has value anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is what's crazy is like,
Yeah,
and even
it
if you
doesn't
get
have
guns,
value.
good luck finding rounds.
But what if you find a way to make rounds?
You can.
Right.
But good luck.
And then
Yeah.
ruined-
Where are you gonna go
ruined-
get it? You're not gonna go to the Rural King.
It's a tr-
You know what I mean? Rural King got butt fucked by all the fucking imposters and all the people
True.
who fucking raided it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
No,
true.
All the fire
You're
starter
right.
logs and ammo is out of there.
Yeah.
Because, dude,
But you would
there's
want to
gonna
have
be-
guns for the beginning.
But there's going to
sure.
be.
Because you would need that. But once you run out, then like no one's probably.
Yeah, but there's gonna be a
Ammo?
fuck ton of fucking yeehaws that
Fucking
they're
yeehaws.
that are gonna go to Rural King and be like, "Let's get guns," and then get the guns and then get the ammo. Like, there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna have the same exact idea and be like,
I think you just go full crossbow or combat bow.
okay,
You'd have to,
baby."
Yeah, but you can make your own arrows because you can make your own arrows easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, dude, like you gotta be accurate with those bitches.
You're Daryl from Walking Dead.
Okay,
Saying.
yeah, but at the same time, you go, that's one dumb zombie,
Yeah.
one zombie.
Dude,
No, you
As
stab
a-
the
as-
first one and
as
then
a
load
crossbow-
it.
Crossbows are
Yeah, but
insanely
as
hard to
opposed to
reload.
a fucking gun where you go pang,
Bang,
pang, 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 pang. There's 8 of them.
It's a lot of commotion
Bang.
though.
I don't
And then you're
know.
out of
You
rounds
know,
for the rest
yeah,
of the zombie
but-
apocalypse.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I know, but like,
There's no-
At least
with-
this, you
with-
can go retrieve your
with-
arrows.
yeah, but
Or
like,
ma- yeah,
what?
yeah.
You're gonna fucking while there's a lot of zombies coming at you, you're gonna fucking walk up to a zombie and go and get the fucking nasty ass.
Well, you attach
guts out of
blades
it.
on the end of it as well.
Okay, here we go.
You know what I mean?
Here we go.
You guys are all gonna die, and I'm gonna be fucking out there
I'm gonna be in
stalking
good shape.
zombies.
I'm gonna be in good shape.
I don't know, dude.
I don't know.
I feel like everybody thinks the same exact thing as when a zombie.
I don't know. I
You
think
know my
a
problem
lot
is
of
with
people
zombie
freak
movies?
out. Probably.
Yes.
So zombie bites you, you become a zombie, right?
Yep.
for sure.
So being a zombie is somehow it's traced to saliva. Can be passed through saliva.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't it be passed through surfaces? Couldn't you touch a railing and become a zombie?
It's not as fun that way.
Yes.
Then exactly, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's the thing that doesn't make sense about these zombie movies is it would be a viral disease and not some nonsense zombie biting you on the
because
neck.
You
But
could
they-
just,
but-
you could just be like, achoo,
Zombie.
But in most,
and then touch.
in a lot,
And then you're like, oh my God, I have to fucking write this check.
I just gotta send
And
these
then
zombies are walking around.
You're just
I'm
like,
gonna
I
write
gotta,
a check.
I really gotta lick this birthday envelope shut right before these zombies come.
And then next day you fucking.
Yeah.
multiple people.
Yes.
That's my only problem with zombies.
He's exactly
I don't know.
right. No, he's
But
exactly right.
everyone has the virus in them. But once you die, then you turn to a zombie.
That doesn't make sense.
That's the Walking Dead.
You know,
thing.
you know what my thing is.
But a
with,
virus
like,
is living, right?
right?
So why
the
would
virus
it be?
will do
but it's-
anything to
But it's
live.
almost funner to think about it the other way,
Sure.
right?
You know what my thing is with like zombie apocalypse stuff, and when I think about it, every man thinks they're gonna be a hero and be some amazing fighter. You're dead in a day. 75%
You're
of
right.
men are gonna die in a day.
You know what's crazy is that some of them spend a lot of money on too. Some of them are like, I'm getting bulletproof vests.
Yeah,
For everybody in my family.
and then everybody in your
The
family's
women,
like,
fit them. Children,
Throw them out.
throw them out.
They're liabilities.
They're done.
and then your wife's like, Jim, you're 500 pounds.
Exactly.
It's like, hey,
Like,
we're-
Jim, you're
That's
a
a lot of
We're in good
Kevlar.
shape.
Jim, you're
Yeah,
a
we're
good
in good shape
380.
still.
You're a good 380. Are you sure they can make it?
Like, Jim, have you thought
It's
this
worth
through?
the 480.
Jim, have you thought this through? Even if you make it through the zombie apocalypse, what is your high school education going to do for everybody? That's literally, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to be the one to restart civilization? No.
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 Exactly.
But
Or
they're-
like
yeah.
when they buy the Kevlar vest for the 6-year-old, and then it happens
shooting
10
at
years later, and they're 16. You're like, it don't fit me. I'm sorry.
Or the
And it's
people
like,
that
well,
zombies
shit.
shooting at
or the
you.
people that are like, I got 10 years worth of dehydrated potatoes.
Yeah, dude. Jesus Christ. How you gonna
10
fucking
years
carry
goes
that,
by.
dude?
I need another 10 years worth of potatoes.
No, I don't like.
Mate, there includes 12,000 servings.
Dude,
No, I-
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
I don't. Yeah, I just feel like a lot of how men always are. They're always thinking of these
100%.
dramatic, like played out thoughts in their head. And, like,
The
Well,
zombie.
and majority of them think the same, but the only ones that are gonna like survive are like the 0.2%, 0.1%
right, that's what I'm saying.
that are actually
People in the
fucking
military.
planning
People in
to
the military.
survive.
People
yeah,
on
that,
bases. People
and
overseas.
planning
And Brad
who are
Pitt.
already planning
But
to
guess
survive
what?
this.
Like we have to
Crazy
realize,
Bill
we have
Murray.
to, we have to, Bill
Yeah.
Murray. We have to realize we will probably not survive. Like
I'm
like
fucked.
us.
Why would you
I'm
wanna?
just gonna be honest.
Why would you
I'm
wanna?
fucked.
It's true.
Yeah, who wants to live in that?
Like you're gonna try to survive. Obviously, that's like your innate ability to be
Yeah,
like,
it's
I'm
instinct.
gonna fucking kill all these fucking zombies, but
It's
then
gonna-
you're gonna go up there.
Who's
I'm gonna
shooting
go out.
yourself?
I'm gonna go out there with my squirrel shooter and be like, bitch, hey, tink, and they're gonna make.
Cody's killing himself with his BB gun.
Yeah,
Dude, it's
dude.
gonna
His
take him
lever
23
action.
shots.
Yeah, dude, my love reaction, dude.
22 shots here.
I'm gonna go with
Still
1, 2,
alive.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm ready to go. Tink. Zombie's gonna be like, tink. Man, keep on coming at you like, fuck.
And then the next one, you're like,
1,
you guys.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20 will do it. Tink. Fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 27 will do it. Tink. Fuck. You know, I'd be like, that's what it's
Yeah.
gonna do, dude. Like,
Yeah.
and then I'm
I
gonna
don't
die.
know.
I'm gonna get 8 or something like that. Like it's just you know yeah,
Or you
I won't
sneeze and then
survive
lick your hand to write a check, and
Yes,
you're dead
dude.
anyways.
this. Pooh, and then it's just gonna be like,
And
well,
turn the page, and I'm a zombie. Page 4, you are now a zombie.
exactly right, dude. Dude, you ever, like that? Literally, there's I don't know what state it was, but it was some government official that was like, we have to limit our touching our faces and licking this and then the other. And then and then literally not 10 seconds later, she goes, turns the page.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yikes.
But it's something you're never gonna be able to like.
I know, but like literally she says, we can't be touching our faces, we can't be licking our lips, we can't be doing any of this and that. We can't be doing anything. Absolutely nothing. It's like,
Yeah.
You know what's wild to me? When like the whole COVID thing started, I was like, they were doing like the governor, like they were doing the live shows or whatever.
right.
They were live streaming on Facebook, and then I found out like they were watching it at work to figure out what the new protocols were or whatever.
Matters.
And I'm like, how are we watching this right now? And they're like, oh, we're streaming it on Facebook, and I'm like, that has to be horrible, because there's a live comment section. And if you're in Indiana listening to the COVID protocol
Nothing
live
but
stream,
trolls.
oh my God, especially on Facebook.
Oh,
Well, dude, it's just like
Jesus.
it's just 90 or 8. I'd say like 60% of the people being like, I ain't wearing no mask.
Yeah.
I ain't doing this.
Well,
And then
who's
the other
even
40%.
Don't tread on me.
Yeah, exactly. And then,
curled up snake.
and then the other 40% are being like, yes,
snake.
praise, praise.
Slithery
I'm a slithery
My
snake.
getcha.
No, and I found out they were being streamed on Facebook, and I'm like, this isn't good. This isn't fun.
No, it's not
dude.
fun. It's
not good.
It's the future of the country that they're just
Dude,
letting
it's-
trolls just control, and we're fucked.
The trolls are the ones that are gonna make it through the zombie apocalypse,
Yeah, they
dude.
probably are.
I
Like,
don't know, dude. We should
They're
probably
in between
be a
the
part of it.
zombies, be like, you stupid bitch.
yeah, and like, fuck these guys. I'm leaving.
Fuck these motherfucking zombies on the
Can't
south
even,
side.
can't even walk, you stupid zombies. Your fucking ankles are backwards, you stupid idiots.
These guys are saying about us.
Yeah.
There's a whole Reddit dedicated to zombie memes. Then there's the 38th Amendment that requires equal rights for zombies. Zombies are people too. No matter how much they groan, moan, and walk slow, they are people.
You got the Donald Trump zombie leading the fucking charge.
It seems just like a
Sarah
senior
Huckabee
citizen.
Sanders.
Sarah Huckabee.
The way you say groan, moan, and walk slow, it just sounds like a senior citizen, to be
Yeah.
honest. They're equal people too.
dude. I thought they were
They're
one,
3/5.
I was just gonna say I thought they were 1/16 of a person, dude.
I shouldn't have said 3/5.
Yeah, that's not
Gave him too
enough.
much credit.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, dude, that's too much. Yeah, that's too much, dude. Come on, what are you doing?
Brock's trying to bring us back to the
There's
Missouri
a lot of history there behind that. A lot of history there.
Taking us back straight to 1821,
That was
baby.
bad, and I take all that back.
You mean 7/16?
Oh my god, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I would probably be fucked in a zombie apocalypse.
In a zombie, I think a lot of people would be.
At that point, though,
obviously.
you just got to kick it back, watch a sunset, and wait for a zombie to spit in your mouth. You know what I mean?
Do you kill yourself?
Nah.
Well,
No.
But do you kill yourself, or do you like wait till get a bit?
I think you run it out. You see how you're like, let's see how long we can go, and then you go fly
like a-
fishing in like Alaska, and you're like, this is nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
this is nice.
And then people over here in Toronto are getting zombie spit in their mouth and turning into zombies.
Dude, no, I
I'm
think
in
I
nature.
think Blake is 100% right And then like
I think you got to play. You
like
just got to play
when
that.
zombies get you,
I mean,
like when zombies get you, it's not gonna be like one bite and you're like, fuck, I'm turning into a zombie. It's gonna be like the zombies are biting at me to eat me.
Mm-hmm.
They're eating me alive. It's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I will eventually turn into a zombie. But this is like a while after I'm getting eaten alive by these
but, like,
fucking
You
zombies.
shoot yourself in the head. That's a lot less torturous than getting eaten one bite
yes,
at a time.
absolutely, you're right.
That's what I've
Absolutely
never
right.
understood about zombie movies too. Like, how are there so many zombies, but when there's hordes of them and they're literally eating them to the bone.
Yeah.
So like, how are there so many zombies if the already
Yeah.
current zombies are eating them alive?
But it's just
Till there's nothing. Like
You're
know
talking
what I
about the
mean?
zombie food chain.
That's
Yeah, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not-
Zombie food chain's pretty complex.
they love
dude.
the living.
but it's
Love
like
it.
They feast on the living.
Yes.
They don't live off of phytoplankton, I can tell you that.
You're right.
But that's what.
No.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
No.
if there's a horde of zombies and they're like eating this guy alive, they're not all like. He's getting to that point where if we eat him a little bit too much
He's like, hey,
longer,
hey,
he's
hey,
not
bud,
going to be a
salad
part of
forks
society.
on the other side. Okay. All right. There's napkins too, you dirty animal.
Well, no one's saying. Let's just eat a
Roll up your
salad
sleeves
tonight.
before you eat that man's liver.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You're getting fat.
Anybody need a wet
Let's eat
nap?
some-
need a wet nap?
Jim's got extras.
Yeah. All right, you guys doing okay? Anybody got any room for dessert? Couple human eyeballs. We got a human eyeball Sunday coming right up.
Eyeballs are the
stuffed.
dessert.
I can't even think about dessert. I'm
No.
stuffed.
Yeah. We got some brain a la mode if you're not, you know.
It's like, no, I've been gaining a little weight recently. I'm gonna eat some salad.
Whoa, buddy, there is no way I got any room. Ooh, shoo, buddy.
Shoe buddy. I woke up with the shoe. yesterday.
shoe buddies, dude.
But yeah, dude,
No.
zombies definitely don't have proper eating etiquette. That's for sure.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
no,
they don't give a
no.
fuck, dude.
Like they can't even
don't
set it
know.
up like on a buffet line on a table or nothing. They just go straight on the ground and like,
They have no fucking decorum.
yeah, dude, it's
Like,
insane.
Put a napkin
I
on your
know.
fucking.
If zombies want equal
Right
rights,
here.
they need to act like equal
Yeah.
humans.
At
Okay.
least 3/5 of human.
Oh, no, okay. Well, okay.
Whoa,
No.
dude, this guy, dude.
No.
He's down with the Missouri Compromise. Yes, dude.
Brock would have been in Kansas fighting, dude. He would have been one of those guys in Kansas fighting for the free state, and he's like, hey.
For the free state, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Dude, you were down with the Louisiana Purchase is what you were.
Well, yeah. We're expanding, brother.
We wouldn't be America today.
No, we're headed west. No, I don't know. It's obviously it's all
The thing that the
jokes.
zombie movies don't also talk about is technically wouldn't there be a zombie infrastructure then? Wouldn't zombies start to have like an economy?
What kind
They're
of
like, hey,
infrastructure?
we got a ice cold body here. Get your body here. $12. Get your body. You know what I mean? And then there's like a zombie walking by. He's like, buy, sell, buy, sell. You know what I mean? Like he's possessed, but he's on Wall Street. He's got to make money. He's got to feed his zombie kids. You know what I mean? That's the thing they don't go through with zombies. Where's the zombie president? You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, it's I don't,
Do
yeah.
I ever
no.
know like there aren't like any final bosses in zombie movies.
No.
There's never.
Well,
It's just
Unless
hordes.
you're in Doom.
Yeah, it's just hordes
But
of
what about
zombies.
the fucking jack zombies?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Those are like
Those
the
are
leaders.
ones
Bodybuilders,
that-
dude.
Yeah.
The
The
Left 4
bodybuilders.
Dead
Those are like
type
the,
Yeah.
those are like
you
the
know?
zombie capos.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got the consiglieres and the zombie capos.
So Jose Canseco is a fucking final boss.
Dude. Jose Canseco might be
Right.
the zombie king.
He's still handing out steroids to
Dwayne
fucking
The Rock-
dead zombies.
Dwayne
he's-
The Rock Johnson and Vin Diesel are the final bosses.
He's a fucking yeah.
Dude, Jose Canseco's fucking jacked. I don't give a fuck who says about it. He's
Me neither,
fucking
bro.
jacked for a
He's a good
50-year-old dude. Jesus Christ.
Did you guys see that Shaq was on a WWE?
AEW.
I don't know what that
He was
is.
on
but
All Elite Wrestling, not WWE.
They're
Either way,
ever
yeah.
expanding, aren't they?
Yeah. No, it's a different promotion.
That's
Dude,
what I'm
he's
saying.
fucking
Yeah,
7
they
feet
keep-
tall, dude.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Something like
So Cody Rhodes, son
Yeah.
of Dusty
Yes,
Rhodes,
Yes.
the king.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like owner of the promotion or whatever, and
Right.
Shaq was in a match, and Shaq actually didn't look bad. The only thing that he did is he kind of gave a little bit too much of like a. So he's on the outside of the ropes. He's 7 feet
Yes.
tall. Cody Rhodes fucking bounces off the fucking ropes, dives into Shaq. Shaq goes into a table.
Yeah,
like
the
8 feet
table,
off
I
the
saw
ground.
that.
And then Shaq also then touches his back because he stays on him for too long. And it was kind of funny. Like Shaq could have waited like 4 more seconds and nobody would have saw it, but then he gives him a tap, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean,
Uh-huh.
where it's like either can't
So
breathe
where
or
you can
something's happening.
see it, yeah.
But it was really
He's in
funny.
pain, maybe.
Like he did a
yeah.
decent job though. It was really fucking funny. Watch a 7-footer fall 6 more feet
Yeah, no
into a
shit,
table is
dude.
pretty crazy.
It's fucking
This-
crazy.
A 7-footer with that much weight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
he's
actually looked
he's
good, though.
350,
he's
right?
huge, man.
Yeah.
He's huge.
The clips that I saw, it didn't look like it was his first rodeo.
No.
He looked pretty good.
He's also you have to realize, like,
He's been
regardless
strong.
of being out of
Yeah.
basketball
Right.
for a while, you're still an athlete.
Right, but
Oh,
there's
yeah.
like certain moves and certain like form that you do to like throw somebody over you like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
But you got to figure, like, that's a strong fucking man.
Well,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
He
He's
ripped
been
down a
athlete
fucking
his whole
basketball
life.
hoop.
Like, yeah,
If you're
he's a
7
different dude.
If you're 7 feet and 350, you're probably like you're strong.
Sure.
It's an anomaly
know?
of a human.
Yeah.
You don't see humans like that.
But there was a move that he does where he lifts the guy up by his I don't remember if it's his shoulders or his like neck, but like you can kind of see whoever it is that he's fighting kind of like bounces up a little bit, so Shaq kind of has
Yeah.
that momentum to lift him up onto the corner ropes.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
bro. Delts.
one, he's insanely strong, but there's some kind of communication going on,
There
some
is.
kind of cadence that like, you know, they're doing to lift him up. But I'm like, that's still fucking insane.
Yeah, like there's still a lot of talent going on, like in fake wrestling.
Fuck.
There really is.
Whoa, fake wrestling?
Didn't mean that. Didn't mean that.
Dude, people are coming after you right now.
But obviously it is, right? Like it. I mean, it is.
3 fist wrestling or what?
Yeah. But then there's also stories of, like, Andre the Giant fighting Macho Man, and Andre the Giant fucking hated Macho Man.
So he actually fucked him.
I don't know why. He just fucking hated him. I don't know if it was like his persona or if he just didn't like him as a guy. Apparently he didn't like him. They got in the match one day, and apparently Andre is just fucking slapping him, dude. Like literally, like not even giving him a rub or anything. Like just fucking smacking the shit out of Macho Man, like while he's in a corner, and just fucking giving it to him. And at that point, like if you're the one taking it, like you're not liking it, but you're taking it for the fact of like, dude, this is gonna be good. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing a real good job. Like this is serious. You know what I mean? So you're still trying to give each other the rub, but if you're in that situation, you're like, well, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen, and it's just like a semi choreographed dance at that point where you're like, who fucking knows? Dude? I'm about to get thrown 30 feet. Like I'm down for it, but I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I think like that's what old style wrestling was more
That's
about.
insane, man.
So do they actually like rehearse this shit, or is it like
They'd have to, right?
Or is
it's
it
like a
improv?
dance
I think
recital, right?
it's like I think it's a
Depends.
little bit of just them training and know like each other's moves and like, hey, I might need your help on this one. Give me a little bit of a bump, you know, do this.
Right.
But I think for the most part, it's probably talked about and ran through like the day before, the night before a big show. But like, I think for the most part, I mean, it's pretty fucking like. I think it's kind of
freestyle.
winged sometimes.
I didn't realize how much like until I got older how much of it is truly just a reality show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
because
truly
every
a
winner's
reality
picked,
show.
right? Like
What's
every
crazy is they
winner's
have
picked.
writers. Like they have writers
Right, yeah,
for
like
the
everyone's
WWE.
picked, right?
Yeah.
Like the winners are picked.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
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 Unless
so-
you don't. Like there's been stories of people
Has there
not.
really
Yeah,
not?
there's been stories of people not taking
But
the
how do
pin
you
and shit.
how do you know who wins? Like, is it just?
It's just, dude, it's literally like they keep going to the point of like he's not going to take the dive, you know what I mean? Even though if he's supposed to. And the other guy is like, fuck, like I obviously want to win, but I don't want to make this look weird. So you're in like that weird situation of like, do I go with it or do I, you
Right.
know what I mean? So it's like there's still like shit like that probably goes on.
That's crazy.
But it's a weird business, dude.
Fuck, that is weird.
They probably base it off like who they want to win based on like obviously the Undertaker for our age group was like a big thing.
Right.
Like he drove the most
Undefeated
probably
and-
viewership. So like his personality and whatever. So they probably base it off like viewership and that kind of thing. Like we
Yeah.
need him to win tonight because you know it's going to skyrocket viewership.
I think it's
or
for the
whatever.
story though too. I think they might
Yeah.
even be like, hey, he's going to get his ass beat tonight, and then next
Yeah.
week
And
he's going
then-
to come back out. You
yeah.
know what I mean? It's shit like
Yeah.
that too.
They base it all.
But
on
there's
storyline,
there's
yeah.
stories of people not wanting to lose, like people having the belt and like they're like, hey, you're gonna lose the belt, and he's like, no. Like there's definitely stories of people being like, fuck no, I'm not gonna do that. And then like
Yeah.
they go
Can't
they
blame them.
and then they go through this whole thing, and then it's like, you know, you kind of have to, but it's like,
Well, I
no.
mean, like they write that you're losing. Like, you know what I mean? Like the writers.
Yeah.
But which couldn't you blame them if you'd be like, no,
No,
I'm not
it's
losing.
like you've been on
I'm
top for
losing.
so long. Like I don't want to fall
I'm
off
losing.
now. Like I'm
Exactly.
not gonna fall off.
Exactly.
But you're getting
That's-
paid a substantial amount of money, no
For
matter
sure.
what.
Yeah. I get-
Yeah.
that's true.
But at the
That's
same
true.
time, you're in the limelight if you win. You're in the limelight if you lose for a day. You know what I mean? Like
You're still getting paid.
you're still getting paid, but you're gonna be less popular. People are gonna be less inclined to buy your shit. by this and that and the other
Yeah,
if you
I don't know.
lose. You know, like
It's a weird fucking business.
It is so weird.
I can't get behind the whole thing.
Any
Shout
athletic-
outs if you like it, but I just can't get behind it.
Well, anything that's athletic or like
I like the theater of like late 90s and early 2000s because it was like so fucking outlandish and cartoonish. Like it was
Yeah.
fun. You know what I mean? Like Stone
fun.
Cold having beef with
Yes.
McMahon, and he's like,
yeah.
I'm gonna put concrete in your car. Like just like the stories that they had. on
beers,
yeah.
3 beers, tequila.
Can I get a hell yeah?
Whiskey. Give me another 3 beers. Yeah.
it's just like I mean that's just how he was.
Yeah.
Cold.
But just
He's
like that
just
era,
fucking-
that era was like it was so like dramatized where it was like this is fun.
Yeah,
like it was such like a
was
fake
fun.
reality show that like it was fun. Where it's like I don't know if it was edgier then or if it was just the guys who were in it, but like there was for sure that era where it's like everybody knows this is fake, but it was like a comedy. There was like good
Yeah.
entertainment and comedy
It
at that
was.
point.
No,
Yeah.
it was.
Like, it was so ridiculous. Like they roll out a red carpet on the ring, and obviously Stone Cold's gonna stunner somebody on it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? He's got to. And then they break the glass, and he's fucking smashing beers again. Obviously. And when he gets in the ambulance and he fucking beats McMahon's ass again,
Yeah,
it's like, or
dude.
when he's in the hospital,
so
it's like, dude, the
funny,
storylines
dude.
are so cartoonish,
It's
but
so
it's like
funny.
it's nothing
Like,
but
it's so
entertaining.
insane.
It's nothing but entertaining,
Yeah.
but it's also fun.
It's fun.
And it keeps adults entertained,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which they do know it's fake.
Yeah.
I think.
Well,
It's such good.
well,
like,
are you sure?
they're still entertained, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
I couldn't believe like people like when we were in school, there's people that liked it. And, like people would get pissed if you said it was like faked or like this, that, and the third. It's like, do you really not see that it is
Right.
faked? Like when somebody gets slapped and they quick cut a camera angle. Sorry,
no, you're
they
fine.
quick cut
No.
a camera angle and it's like,
Well, dude, it's the same exact thing as the 1,000-Pound Sisters.
yeah. It's
I
like,
mean, like people are like, that is real. That is definitely real. But when, like, in reality, it's just like two fat people. It's
Yeah.
just like, hey,
Yeah.
we're gonna record you.
yeah. You
Make
don't
su-
think TLC
make
just
sure
pumped
you
them full
yeah,
of lard?
Make sure.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
3 months before,
They just say, hey, we're gonna record
my
you.
bills are paid.
Make sure you say some outlandish shit. And we're gonna pay you a bunch of money.
Sodies.
And they're gonna be like, yeah, I'll say sodies, or I'll say, hell yeah, I like to eat that cake, and like they just like say some outlandish shit, and like they're like, hey, we'll pay you a bunch of money,
Yeah.
and they're like, yeah, I'll say
Don't
that
know
shit.
how we eat.
I got nothing
Don't
else going
know
on.
how
it
it is. My bills are paid.
But can I get a hell yeah?
Jesus Christ, dude. That's literally. I mean, that's just like it's. I don't know. Entertainment business is so
Yeah.
outrageous.
It's reality TV. Is
Yeah,
all,
dude,
that's all
they
it
don't give a
is.
fuck, dude. Like for
That's all it
instance, dude,
is.
there's this like bar in the Caesar's Palace that I was looking at. It's all it's based off the Vander bullshit, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of LA, Real Housewives of bullshit, whatever like that,
Mhm.
from the TV series or whatever from TLC. And it's in Caesar's Palace, and I was like, who would want to go to that? But then like I look at it and it's one of the most popular bars in
But
Caesar's
yeah,
Palace.
like, it's-
And I'm like,
Was it if it's a
Yeah.
popular fucking TV show?
It's
All people
fucking
around the fucking country want to
crazy,
go to
dude.
that.
like people will come to Vegas and be like, we have to go to that bar. And like
Yeah, I don't know.
organizing the
My name's
trip
Rick
for us-
Harrison, and this is my pawn shop.
Can we go to that, by the way?
No.
No.
I mean, you can.
That-
You're more than
that's in
welcome.
Vegas. That's in Vegas,
it's,
right?
It's,
Yeah.
it's towards the Golden Nugget,
Yeah.
is what I've heard. It's like towards downtown. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, like it's just like some crazy shit.
I don't know.
Although I want to say some psycho shit right now.
Say it.
Can I say some psycho shit to you, Blake?
say some crazy
Fair.
shit. Yeah.
I saw when you were like putting yes,
Like
that
this?
yes, that right there.
Yeah.
I see your veins in your hands.
How do they
Nice
look? They
fucking
looking bad?
veins.
Could I possibly put an IV in you?
Ooh, I don't see why you'd wanna.
That one right there looks
What's up with
good.
your veins, dude?
I don't
That
think
one
there's anything up
on
with them.
his right hand right there.
Yeah, this one.
That one looks good.
Yeah.
And I would put one in put one
I've
in
never
you.
had an IV.
You've never had an IV?
Well, I think no, I don't think so.
I have no veins.
Because like I've been to the hospital, but
s-
even then it's just been like local anesthesia and
ice in
shit.
them?
So I don't think I've ever had an IV.
Your
But you don't
AC?
have ice in them?
Always.
Yeah.
I got one. Like here and there. And...
But not like Blake. Blake's are substantial.
Like you can feel them when they bounce.
Well, he's just pale. That's why.
Not
A little bit.
necessarily.
Brock's definitely
The
paler than me.
one looks a little
Shorter,
thin.
too.
The one looks a little thin.
I don't let shit bother me. I never have, never will.
But dude, you know what's crazy is that sometimes we get people that are like these gnarly dudes. Like for instance, that Snapchat that you sent us, there was like this biker dude that said Catholic on his fucking back thing.
That dude was gnarly.
Good dude.
Like those dudes are the type of dudes that go to the surgery area, and as soon as they get an IV to go to surgery, they go, ah! Ah! And they fucking scream and fucking complain about a little tiny poke in their IV. Like it's just like, come on, dude, it's a fucking
All Catholics are
needle.
pussies.
Hey, you know what's funny about that guy?
Jesus
So we
Christ.
followed him. We were going to Sarah's parents. Sarah's like, I think I know that guy. She's like, I think he lives in my addition.
Oh no!
And then he pulls into a Catholic church and on his bike, and he goes, "That's my church." He goes to my church. I definitely know him. And I'm like, oh God.
Fucking God.
I wish I would have saved the video, but I didn't. I
Live
want
to
to show
ride,
you.
ride to live, baby.
I want to show you this one. I want to show you this one video. This is kind of this one picture. It's kind of a callback to an older episode. But I saw this on Coliseum the other day. Look at that fucking bumper sticker, that window sticker. There's 1, 2, 3, 4,
The whole
5,
family?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 figures on there.
That's a reality show.
One of them has a sword.
Yeah.
I'm trying to decipher what's going
No,
on.
there's
And
two
you know-
dogs. There's two dogs.
You know what my thought is?
3.
These are grandparents.
I
Because
think it has
the
to be.
top
yeah,
two,
you're 100% right.
Top two, you got old golf guy, stupid ass grandma, and then whatever that looks like a dead dog because it has a halo above its head.
I'd be a dead kid.
That's a dead dog.
Yeah. Dead
So
dog.
then there's a parent and
Then you
another
have their
parent.
parents.
Yeah.
And then you have a shit
1,
ton of
2,
kids.
3. Oh, those are other kids or just stupid little
Those
kids?
the older kids.
Why's the one on the? Why does the last one look like a gingerbread man with a cape?
That might
I
just
don't
be
know.
what it is.
They're big Star Wars fans.
What does that say? Queen of
Yeah.
Saint? What?
I don't know. That was
Queen
like
of
I think it was a. To be honest, we might have been like right next to Showgirl. We were coming back on Coliseum, so that could be the Showgirl sign. I don't really know. But yeah, I saw this and I was just like, I have to take a picture of this because this is fun.
Okay,
But
so
I
like
can't wait
let's
till
let's
I
say
can't wait till Blake gets to this point of
But
his
why?
life
Why are the dogs in between the children?
because I think it's this.
It says a first come first served basis.
I think
So
it's
they're like
this,
next in line.
Oh yeah,
I think it's
it's
this
the succession to the throne.
Yeah. It's like
It goes first son, first daughter, dog, third son, granddaughter.
dog.
dogs probably rule a kingdom better than humans.
Dude, it's like that one dog who's a mare in Maine. Have you guys seen that?
Okay, yeah.
It's a fucking dog that they put in the back of the bed of the truck, and there's like, here's Mayor Max.
Oh, he's actually.
Yeah.
He's the mayor, and he wears a tie.
Yes.
It's a golden
It's a
retriever,
golden retriever.
wearing a
It's
tie.
so
Respect.
cute.
It's
dude.
hilarious.
It's so cute. And they're like, hey, it's the
And
it's the
everyone's
mayor
like,
of our
hey,
town.
hey, mayor, hey. And the
Yes.
dog's like,
Yeah.
getting all excited.
And meanwhile, the dog, she's like, I love attention.
Yeah. Yeah. But here's
I
the
love
dark
that.
side of that
Yeah.
dog being mayor. He's got a lot of people around him making a lot of decisions.
Yes, he does.
He's more interested
guess
in,
what?
in
Guess what?
pet rights than human rights.
Guess what, dude? The
He's
squirrel's
trying
not
to get equal rights for zombies before he gets equal rights for humans.
the squirrels not down are fucked, dude.
Oh, dude.
They're
like,
fucked, dude.
Passing
outta
a
here.
sweeping legislation to rid ourselves of the pests that are squirrels.
Dude.
And the mailman, no longer.
No longer. What about the cats?
Cats are now illegal. To own a cat, you have to live at least 2 miles outside of the city limits. All strays are to
No
be
cats.
euthanized right away.
Stray cats?
Yeah, all stray cats to be euthanized right away. It's a doggy death squad.
Dog eat cat world out here.
Yeah.
He recruits other dogs.
He's got the DDS on his hands, dude. He's got a secret army working for him. Dude, they're tapping people's phones, looking at people's social medias to see where they got their ear to the ground and their nose to the wind. I can tell you that.
Fucking barking, dude.
Yeah.
fucking barking.
Oh my god, dude.
I don't know. That's a good bumper sticker.
Mayor Max, dude.
Mayor Max.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
It's
the
hard because
fucking-
no one
The
understands it.
sirens of the tower just.
All the dogs come out to their. No more sirens.
Howling at the moon.
Doorbells don't exist anymore.
Fuck them doorbells, dude. Oh my god. Ooh, shoe buddy. That's
Shoe
fucking
buddy.
funny, dude. Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh wow, dude.
All right, I'm almost ready. You guys ready to go
I'm ready.
campaign for some zombie rights?
Yeah.
I don't think zombies deserve the rights though. Like I
What?
surely don't.
Dude, there's a
They
whole sect of vegan zombies out there that you're just totally overlooking.
They're not
don't
eating
think
you,
they
man. They're
deserve
eating
them,
plants.
dude. I don't think they. I don't
The
think
zombies
they
are
are.
like, hey, do you know how to reduce yourself of arterial plaque? Eat vegan.
Why the fuck are you vegan yet? Oh my god, dude, Jesus Christ. I don't think. How many people do you think like this exist?
Too many.
Too many.
We got the DDS working on it. Let's get out of here.
Too many. Oh, can we request one Whoa Vicky?
Yeah,
video?
we can watch it. We can watch it.
You got one?
Yeah, he's
Whoa
got
Vicky,
one.
yeah. It's a rough. It's a screen record of it because that fucking bullshit.
You didn't even edit it, dude?
Whoa, dude, this ain't good, baby.
No audio.
There's audio. It's gotta be audio. It's gotta.
I'm not connected.
We should have just left.
We should have. We probably should have. Blake's right. Why the fuck are we not vegan yet?
You see they banned the vegan bitch off of TikTok?
I would love.
The gray hairs.
Are they really?
No, they already did.
Why?
Because she said something that I can't remember, but she violated some guidelines of some sort.
Dude.
It was like I don't know, violence or something.
But
against
she's
certain people.
so. Like, it's exhausting the
Yeah.
way she is. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I get it. Like, I know people that are vegan and they're like, hey, I'm vegan. Like, it's like.
She's the same type of person who would talk about being a minimalist and living in a 150 square foot house, and she thinks she's
Right.
cool. And it's like, no, you just
Right.
live
And
in a
it's just-
you live in a
it's
$30,000 house because
Yes, and
You know,
it's
you
just
suck.
tough, and it's just not worth it. All right. So I'm just gonna set this up it's a really quick video about Whoa Vicky. She's on a podcast. She shows her Whoa Vicky.
her eyelashes suck.
Her Whoa Vicky.
Everything about her.
That's
sucks.
all I'm saying.
Who is like your like dream celebrity to meet?
Who would y'all? Can y'all name who would y'all like to meet?
Lord.
God.
No.
Who is like your
Jesus Christ.
She's smart, dude. She's
She
a
can't
very
even
smart
talk.
gal.
Who got like me?
She
I
said
think
she
Lord's a
started,
pretty weird
get-
one to
give
say.
it-
she
but-
started, she started
It
to
is,
say
but
Keanu.
it's almost hip.
yeah.
She started to say Keanu. Did you see? Did you hear that?
She said Keanu, but
who
like
is
she
like
was
your
scared.
like dream celebrity to meet?
Who would y'all? Can y'all name who would y'all like to meet?
Lord.
Come on.
And then she says God.
Yeah.
God. She doesn't even. She can't even say God right. God. Ugh.
She sucks. How's she not been taken off TikTok
I
yet?
don't know. I just want to wonder
I
how
hope the
she's so
zombies
relevant.
Spit
bro.
right in her mouth.
Look at her.
spit her
Just
out.
look at her right there, dude. Like.
Yeah, man. She's got a lot
What
of
is going
clout.
on with her eyelashes? They look like tiny fingers.
She
they're
just has
of
fake
cour-
eyelashes.
Of course they're
Bushy,
fake.
man.
Yeah, but like-
she does the clumpy style. I don't know what that's called. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it sucks.
I mean,
Three in a row. Three in
I
a row,
don't think.
three in a
Okay,
row.
by the way, when people like Chris, I'm not saying this to you, but when people say something like that sucks, I do not disagree with you. But if you can pull it off, you know what I mean.
You
know what I'm saying?
But like,
It's just like
is
anything.
that
It's
pulling it
popular.
off?
No, I mean she sucks. But I'm saying if you saw another girl with that, you'd be like, yeah, I don't even care.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll have a zombie spit in her mouth for me.
What if they spit in her mouth and her
Yeah.
eyelashes?
But I'm ready to, guys. Let's go vote for Doug or Max
Let's
or
do
whatever
it.
his name is. I wish his name
Who's
was Doug.
Doug?
Doug's from the movie Up.
Max the golden retriever. Doug, dude.
Oh, Big Max.
Doug
Mad
is
Max.
Doug's the squirrel guy.
Yeah, Doug
Doug
is
is
the
a squirrel guy.
Doug was a squirrel warrior. He's like, hey, like, yeah, like, I'm just a squirrel. Then he goes, squirrel.
I agree. Yeah.
Good
Hey.
story.
Guess what? There's nothing wrong with squirrels. I love squirrels. Killed a squirrel. I'll kill some more squirrels.
All right.
Dude, can I mount a squirrel?
Peace be with you.
Thank you for watching the Stoop Sitters podcast. This doesn't have to be a goodbye. This can be a see you later.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the Stoop Sitters podcast. And if you don't, your vibes are in the fucking basement.
Anything made you angry, make sure to email us, stoopsitters@gmail.com. If you want to email some funny videos, some of your mom's nudes, whatever's going to be the mix that day. So just feel free.
Follow our socials. Actually, just follow the TikTok. Who gives a fuck about any of your social? Follow the TikTok, Stoop Sitters Pod.
If you're currently watching these videos in your mom's basement, here's one more and then a second one for you to also tune into.
This has been the Stoop Sitters podcast. There's currently a fart cooked up in the room. We got to get out of here.
Goodbye. No, see you later.